Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury, your Parnif. How are you people today? And I got to tell you guys, we're getting in the Christmas spirit. Ho, 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 fikers. And Christmas watch purchase. You know what, guys? We would all, if we had the unlimited moolah, if we had unlimited money, we would easily, let's get that mosquito's in the studio. If we had unlimited money, we would love to say, you know what, let's get a Platona, a Daytona, a Platona, a Day-Date Platinum. We'd love it. Unfortunately, we may not have the bickies, the moolah, the cash. What stops Archie building his collection at the moment? It's not a lack of love. It's a lack of finances. I got to pay for these things. And I'm proudly wearing my Explorer 2. Explorer 2, proudly worn. Now, guys, what do you do? What do you do? This is the big problema. Because you have all this shit. So, guys, Christmas is coming. You'd like to buy something. And what do you tell your wife you want? Good question. Because so many of us there, we got partners. They tolerate our hobby. What do we tell? Well, they can hardly get a Daytona. A Daytona? We would love a Daytona. What do you tell them? What do you do? Let's run the intro and let's discuss it with you. This is the thing, guys. I gotta tell you. What do you ask? What when they say, "What would you like?" Now, the thing is, we've all got constraints, financial constraints. If we had unlimited moolah, there's certain things we'd love to get. Unfortunately, unlimited moolah may not be that easy. I am sorry to say that to you. So, we have to really look at this stuff very carefully and say, what do you do? 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 And you know what? The best thing I say to people is that's not so bad. There are many good things you can get for Christmas. You don't have to buy a Patek or a Rolex. You can buy many, many good gifts. Let me bring a few to the screen and we can have a look at these together and you can understand what I am getting at. See, the whole thing is with all of this stuff here, yes, the watches are expensive, but there is so much good stuff that is available. So much good stuff is available. Now, let's have a look. So, what I've got here, I've got some photos of pre-burglary. This is pre-burglary. Let's go into Archie's messy studio. Let's go and take a look. So, what's some great gifts you can get? Well, let me show you. Some great gifts are some books, some really good books. There's many books on Rolex. If you're a Rolex guy, all the big brands. And there's also general books. Look, Colt watches. There is so much stuff you can see. We got the snake. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hi, Archie. I can only be on for a moment, and
It's okay.
I'll be
It's
back
okay.
in a few minutes. My brother's coming over.
No worry. Hey, you need to go. That's okay, man. How are you going? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Everything's okay.
Just
But
very
my
quickly, Beamer. You know what? When I sold my first Beamer, I think I had depression. It took me about a good year or it took me 2 years to get over it.
yeah, I'm pretty deflated because my family is pressuring me very much so to come up with the back rent that I'm behind on,
Oh
and
no.
so it's just like my BMW just went bloop into vapor.
How
You
much is
know,
the back rent?
Probably about the same as what I sold the BMW for.
Can you
I'm
give them half?
well, I paid this month's rent, and I plan on paying forward. My plan was to hang on, to remain a couple months behind in rent, and have
Yeah.
something in the bank, and not be short next month. But my 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 brother, who's the landlord, he's like, well, no, you're behind. You take the money you got now and you throw it towards the months you're behind. And I'll go, well, then I'll be back down to $200 left into my name, and I won't have next month's rent. And and he's like, well, you're gonna have to go get a job. And I'm like, well, my health issues, Pete. I can't. I'm I mean, John or Joe or
Look,
George or
look,
whatever his
look.
name is.
You know what, Mike, can I ask you something seriously?
Yeah.
Is there cheaper living options you can have? I think, to be honest with you, Mike, I love you, right?
You know, Listen. The
I
the
think I
issue
think this
is,
rent is killing you. This rent is
oh,
killing
it
you,
is
Mike.
killing me. But the options are for me to move to a new place. You got to come up with first, last deposit, and
Okay, you know what I would do if I were you?
what's that?
And I'm your friend, okay? I'm not trying to be nasty to you, okay? And I traveled America, okay?
Mhm.
I would be moving out to a much cheaper state.
Oh,
California is crazy,
yeah.
crazy
Well,
expensive.
at this point,
And
my
I would,
brother's coming over in a little bit, and we're gonna have like the talk, and it may just be that, um,
Mikey,
I fucking
Mikey,
sell my watches and pack up my
Mikey,
fucking new little
Mikey.
car and just drive off into the sunset in
I think,
some
Mikey,
cheaper state.
Mikey, you got to do it, mate. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Housing pressure on you when you have so much pressure on you. That's the worst fucking feeling to have. You know what I mean? When you have pressure
Yeah.
on you, that's fucking awful.
Well,
You know,
and
and
the thing is, my family has said they would help me out,
no,
and
what they
um,
look. Money has no morality. Okay, Mikey, don't get the personal. Judge Judy, don't get the personal information into this. Okay, the
yeah,
reality is you are really, really struggling to stay in this place, right?
yeah,
My answer to you would be, let's leave.
yeah.
I
Well,
think what
I
you've
mean,
got to say is, you are right. I can't afford this place. I'm moving out.
I have an exit strategy. It's just it involved um, fixing the house up a little bit.
It's not your responsibility to fix the house, Mike.
Well,
This is
there's some things I did to the house that I need to put back
okay.
to where the house is normal, and then there's things that are not like my responsibility. Like the house needs new carpet, has needed new carpet for 10 years.
That's not your
Um,
fault. The carpet's
that
not your fault.
that's not my fault. But my argument to them is like, okay, if I move out, then the family's got to spend this huge amount to make this
That's
place
not your
habitable,
problem. That's not your
rentable.
problem. That's not your
Well,
problem.
so that's why I'm pleading for, let me pay what I can when I can, which is I'm not that far behind, and it's like
Mike,
um
it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. This is so much. Believe you me, I've had situations where I've owed a lot of money at times. Right? Thank God, the burglary. Thank God, I don't owe money on the shit that was taken. Okay, I can say
yeah.
that. Okay,
Well,
because at different
I've got
stages.
everything I own on listed for sale right now.
Okay,
Um,
Mike. Seriously, I would say to your brother, can we cut a deal? Can you give me a? I will leave. Can you cut me a deal, and we part as friends? You can't afford it, Mike. Sorry, you're muted. He's muted. Mike's muted. He might be on the phone. They're very
no,
tricky.
I muted myself to
Yeah.
respond to somebody who's calling me a squatter. You can fuck off, Jay Sykes.
Yeah, come on. Don't be like that.
I'm not a squatter, you fucking asshole.
I'm just gonna time him out for a couple minutes there, just so he gets some manners. He needs
And
to get a few.
I've already like uh, uh, given up too much personal information about my situation here.
Yeah.
Anyways, listen, I gotta go for a little bit. I'll be
Okay.
back. Okay.
Mike, we love you personally. I would be looking at exiting and saying, look, let's just exit
Yeah,
and remain
I know
friends.
how you feel.
The
And
problem is, it's like me. I can't see the wood for the trees. I'm so in the forest. I can't see the wood for the trees. I
yeah,
keep saying, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down. Yeah, the problem is, this hasn't affected it.
well, it may come down to my having to sell my Rolexes, and but it's something that I absolutely like swore I would not do. And
What are you going to do with the dog if you have to move? What are you going to do?
I got rid of the dog today.
What happened to the dog?
I rehomed it. A very nice gentleman came, answered my ad that I listed, and he came and picked the dog up, and the dog now has a new loving home.
Beautiful.
With a friend named Jack.
Okay,
The same breed dog. So the dog's gone.
Okay, that's a That's a good. I'm not anti. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but that's a good thing, Mike. Just find some. California is strangling you, man. For a self-employed man like you don't need to be in an expensive state like that. And you
Well,
say, "Oh, my family. I've been here all my life." Well, you know what? The family, you can see, they can't afford to pay for you to stay there. So obviously, they're not going to it's very tough, Mike. It's very tough.
I
Personally,
realize that.
I would say to your brother, wait, I will move out in February. Can you cut me
Yeah,
a deal? Why didn't you say that?
that may be the discussion that happens here in a few minutes. That's why I got to go.
Okay, Mike.
Um,
Mike, we
I'll
love
be back.
you.
I'll be back in a little bit.
We love
Okay.
you. And I just want to say to you, Mikey, let's go to Thailand together. Fuck this bullshit, man. Come on. I had enough in my.
I'm ready, man. I'll let you know how things go when I talk with my brother. He's going to be by in a minute. We'll figure things out.
Okay. Because I can honestly think, take as much money as you. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mikey. Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, I wasn't just disappearing on you.
No.
Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay.
No problems, Mikey. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man. I love you.
I love you too, Mikey. Yeah, it's a really difficult situation, and I love the Mikey. Hello ABC. How are you?
Archie, how's it going, man?
It has its moments. I'm okay. I'm okay. Today's not a bad day. It's not a bad day. It's not a bad day.
It must be warming up over in Oz.
Yeah, 27 degrees Celsius at the moment. It is definitely warming up. Yes, sir.
Well, we're getting sub-zero temperatures in England. This is England, not even Scotland or Ireland. England is feeling the cold snap, these Arctic conditions.
Shit.
So,
and your power bills are so expensive.
Oh God,
is that really a big? I'm starting to get reports. People are talking about power. Speaking of power, hello, the Tan. How are you, Tan?
How's it going? I saw the mic was leaving, so I thought I'd help out.
Hey,
yeah, yeah. What advice would you have for Mike?
Look, I was reading the comments in the chat, and look, some people maybe watches or their car. I mean, that might be all they have, right? Like, and I understand the situation. It's tough for the guy, but I mean, that literally might be all that guy has in his life. So let's not be too harsh about it.
Yeah, Mike is a lovely man. He's very, very kind spirit. Tan Zeal, thank you for your support there. I do appreciate it. What's the energy costs in Canada? Are they going up? What's happening in Canada?
Everything's going up, man.
Does that worry you? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything nasty, but you got the ultimate supercar, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you go, well, actually, it's not that ultimate. People have got Veyrons, or there's always okay. You know what? For normal schmucks like me, that car you have,
Canada's not as screwed as Europe is, because Europe is so reliant on Russia for its gas.
Yeah, we're not like, obviously there are not a lot of places that are worse off, but look, when you talk about the cars and the watches and stuff, I mean, I was watching the Phillips auction this morning, and you see the regular watches like the Hulk. The Hulk sold for, I think, $24,000 with premium, right? Like it's nothing special. I think the 5711 was something like $80,000 or $90,000, like nothing special. But you see these other watches, the ones that, like, because Archie's talking about, hey, like the car's not that special. You look at these really special watches, $1 million, $250,000, and these are the quote unquote world size Pateks that people talk about, and I'm just like, there's always a different league, and you just can't, there's always gonna be someone who's got more, right? Just be happy with what you have, and look, Mike, for example, he's got some great watches, good car, I think he's got a bike. Like, just be happy with what you got. Life's too short to constantly look at somebody else and be like, oh, does that guy have more? Does that girl have more? Like, fuck that. Just enjoy your shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally sympathize with you there. Um, what do you think? What do you think, Tan? What's in your own case there, right? Like, I mean, I'll be honest with you. That car you got, I got about as much chance of getting that car as I mean, that's an amazing, beautiful car you have there. I mean, you are such a how do I put it? You are such a you love your car, but don't you? You really do love your car.
Interestingly enough, I applied a lot of your principles, the ArchieLuxury principles, to getting this car. When the boom happened,
see.
the 2020 to like kind of 2021, and the car market was going up, I started. I mean, I had my 911 at the time, and
Yeah.
then those
Yeah.
sold for a little bit more money. I bought a GT3. Porsche market blew up. I sold my GT3 for more money, so I kept getting positive equity as I went along the track. Then I had a GT3 RS. Those went up.
Yeah.
Right, I got my first Huracan, which is the white one here. Those went up,
Yeah.
and I got my second. Like, it was just all about horse trading. It's not like I went in and just spent the amount of cash for one car. It's horse trading to move up and up and up.
Yes, I know what you're saying. That's a very interesting thing. And wow, it's amazing stuff. What do you think is the outcome of this then?
It's tough to say. Do I think the prices are going to ever go back? Probably not. I mean, inflation is set, and I mean, I can't see it deflating. I think there's some level of normalcy that's going to happen, but I'm seeing it in the car market. You're seeing it in the watch market. Like, prices are going down. Like, we were talking about this today.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the Daytona going to go down, is it ever going to be a 20K watch for the Panda? I don't know. 25K maybe, right? It's just, there's going to be a bottom, and are we close? Are we not? I mean, you can't predict the future.
Hulks have gone down, and Cermets, they're relatively normal, but in any day, no way are they a £15,000 watch. I'm sorry.
Hello, Curly.
Hi, how are you, gentlemen? How are you, Arch?
Hey, not too
Hey,
bad.
Ron.
What's going on?
How are
Hey,
you,
by the
Tan?
way, Curly, can you
ABC?
press the super chat button, Curly?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, where's Bear's lever? Do you have the lever in your studio that Bear's got?
I thought you had it.
No. I don't have the emergency lever.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Archie, did you see Curly doing the video, the live stream with Higgins? We were talking about it on the dungeon yesterday, and Curly was so finicky about the stitching on a strap and how it was crooked, and I found that very interesting.
Well, he asked me for my honest opinion.
Mm.
Oh, we got the mini switch going. LA Meth Witch. How are you, LA? Hope you're doing well.
LA Meth Witch, $1. Thank you, LA.
Thank you, LA.
Meth Witch.
Yeah, so he sees this watch that I think Higgins is either designing or something. I really
He's
understand.
having it built. Yeah, he's having it built. He's having a watch bespoke built for him from a watchmaker.
And he's got a kind of I don't know if you saw the dial or the bezel, which has all the time zones and stuff. He's got some like weird like time zones. He's got I forget. I remember looking at it and I was like, oh, these are some strange cities that he has on there. And then Curly doesn't beeline to that. He beelines to like crooked stitching on the strap, very minute details, which I found very interesting.
It's a, you know what it's a world time Arch, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful design, beautiful case.
Curly, do you have it? Like, could you pull it up?
I could go to his give me a minute. I will go to his YouTube channel and we can check it out.
Because Archie and I were talking about world times the other day, and he's like, well, I don't care about this because it doesn't have Brisbane on it. Brisbane. So I sent him a watch that has Brisbane on it, and he's still not interested.
Well, according to I get his is the last one. There was one of 7, and his is number 7. Give me 1 minute, and I will find the channel.
Archie, would you ever buy these bespoke watches?
Look, my problem is, Tan, I got to tell you this. I think these are for people who have so much money or so much wealth, they don't need to resell these things.
No. There's levels to this shit, right? Like, we're not talking about Seville Row, right, in London. We're not talking about that. We're talking about like made to measure in Brisbane, is what we're talking about here.
No, I look personally. I've always said with the watches, it's like these independents. I'm not rich enough to buy. You got to be someone who buys it and says, I don't give a fuck if I never can sell it or never get my money back. I don't give a fuck. I've always, the back of my mind, I might need to get my money back, and obviously, that's not going to happen now that they were taken from me. But this is just how it goes. I've always thought someone it's like you. Why didn't you buy some other car? The car you bought was very astute. It's always got a high resale value. NA $5. Bring up YouTube channel Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs. He makes good ArchieLuxury videos. What does he mean by that?
I have never seen this, so I don't
Never
know.
heard of that. No.
What does he mean by that? I don't know if he's stealing
Oh,
my content or.
give me a minute. I will. Dick Stroking Phil, huh?
Phil Vlogs. Just having a.
Are you looking it up, Arch?
I'm just
Okay.
having a look. Oh, he kind of he's kind of used some of my
educational
content. He's
videos.
got 8,000 subscribers. He's trying to be a. This is a YouTube destination for da 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 da. He's kind of borrowed some of my stuff.
Maybe like Mr. Smelly's channel. He probably pays.
Yeah, I
does
don't
drops.
mind. I don't mind leaving it there at the moment because it brings me some publicity. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, I don't really want to publicize his channel, but so I'm not going to bring it up. NA
Super chat from Dan.
Dan, he's a member. Dan is a member. £2 super sticker.
Oh, sorry.
Super
The
sticker.
super sticker
Mm.
is some pear-shaped guy carrying a drink and cool.
Super
or something.
sticker is a thing you can buy when you do a super chat. You can do a super sticker.
Yeah.
Thank
on
you, Dan.
StreamYard, you can't see it. You can't see it on StreamYard. You can see it on YouTube.
I can see it here. I can see it on StreamYard. There it is. Super sticker, Dan. I can't see when they become a member. That's what I can't see.
Okay.
But Tan, can I ask you something? So yeah, you applied the same principles. You basically, what you're saying is you started off, then you bought a few, then you upgraded, you did this, you did that. That's what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, like I went in and I just, horse traded all the way up the chain and just kept taking the positive equity and rolling it in. And I got a lot of positive equity in this car. And you know what? Like, it was literally just horse trading. I took advantage of the market and I got lucky. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to be like, hey, I went in and just dropped a bunch of cash on it. I don't think it would have been prudent at the time. But yeah, I was fortunate to get lucky in the market. And look, there's been situations I was unlucky. I used to own a 5711 Blue Dial. I bought it for $26,500. I sold it for a little bit of a profit, not a lot. Didn't sell it for $150K when it was at the high of the market, right?
Here we go. This is the watch from what is this? That's what Jonathan.
Here, hang on. I'll walk you through it. We'll get a little discussion going. Tanzil Anzari, $5 Canadian. Rolex Eisenkeisel or Pepsi Meteorite? Ooh, good question.
Archie, what do you think of these two dials?
Ooh.
I'd have to go Meteorite. Just go Meteorite. Pepsi. I like the Pepsi.
It's
why?
I
like modern. I like modern.
Eisenkeisel is modern.
And the Eisenkeisel's got diamond indices.
Yeah, well, it's got two. I think it's got either the diamond indices or I think George was saying you can get diamonds on the bezel as well.
It comes one way. Yeah, with
Archie,
the diamond.
Look at Eisenkeisel for us. Just have a look at it before you make your decision, please.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
And then we have
I'm just
Time Lord, $2 super sticker. Thank you, Time Lord.
This is a day date, the Eisenkeisen, right? It's a day date.
Yeah, rose gold.
And I gotta be totally. Oh fuck! It's beautiful, man. What are you doing to me? Yeah, actually, you know what? I think that is absolutely. It's like a marble, isn't it? It's like a marble. That is that is
Uh-huh.
absolutely beautiful. That is
You can't see your
absolutely
screen, by the way. I don't know
beautiful.
what you're looking
That
at.
is gorgeous. Look at this.
There we go. So, like we were
Time
saying,
Lord, $2. Thank you, Time Lord.
so George Varghese came on the dungeon last night, and we were talking about this watch, and he was mentioning you could either get the fluted bezel or you could get the diamond bezel. He has the fluted bezel, and I asked him his journey. I'm like, tell me about the journey, because obviously this is a VVIP watch. Like, you can't just,
Yes.
you're not gonna get on the list and ever get this. And he just told us, he didn't go into too much detail, but he talked about how he stuck with the same AD and he kept buying the pieces, and he's got a very nice Patek collection. He's got a 5270 green dial, and whatnot. And the guy just, what's fun? I don't know if you talked to George, but he said the first watch he bought was off your recommendation, was a 5035.
Shit.
Yeah. He watched your videos and you were spruiking the 5035. This must have been years ago.
Yeah.
And he bought it from Govberg. And I said, funny coincidence. I bought my 5035 from Govberg as well.
Yeah.
And George was like, well, I buy watches for kind of a bigger wrist. And I asked, well, wasn't the 5035 a bit small? And he said, yeah, it was. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but it's I don't know. This Eisenkreisel dial, I think it might take the cake over the Pepsi Meteorite.
Yeah, if you get the close up of it. Yeah, George was on the dungeon last night, Archie. He's gonna give me a date to do a live watch review with you and Bear and whoever else wants to be on the panel.
Beautiful. Actually, I got to tell you, I stand corrected. Yeah, I would take the. Why is it this particular dial here? The only thing that I wanted to ask is how delicate is it, Tan?
Well, it's a stone dial, right? And I was talking to Saad about this. Saad said, whenever you buy a stone dial, you really need to take a look to it, because a lot of these get damaged over time. And yeah, so it is quite delicate. And I mean, look, are you going to keep the watch for longevity? Who knows? How many times you're going to get serviced? Who knows? I think it's a brand new watch. Like, why not just buy it, right?
Tanzil, $5. Let's analyze his Higgins watch and get Archie's take. Does he hate the stitching? Read out the cities on the bezel. So I'll just bring this up now. This is the.
I'm gonna go play it. It's a video. I'll play it. You ready?
Guys, I'm just going to reconnect. My audio is a bit crackly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries.
Just bear with me. Yeah. See you in a bit.
You could read the cities before I start the video, Arch. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Houston, New York, Barbados, San Palais, South Georgia, Athens, London, Geneva, Istanbul, Moscow, Muscat, Malé, Bombay, Bangkok.
This guy couldn't even put the newest name.
Shanghai, Seoul, Sydney, Noumea.
Had to use
Auckland.
a colonist name for Bombay. Couldn't call it Mumbai. Like, come on, Higgins.
Yeah, there's 24. There's 24 spots where you could put your, your destinations, and he picked every single one of these. He put it on here. Those were his picks.
So this is
he'll call it Genève. He won't say Geneva or Genève, but he'll call it fucking Bombay.
Right? You want to laugh?
On it.
Where's New York? Look at New York, Tanzil. Let me find it.
New York, next to Houston. It's at the 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And Barbados, I see Barbados.
It's at the 8 o'clock.
Yeah, he selected every one of these destinations.
How much is this costing?
That I didn't ask. I love the case on this, and the lugs are beautiful on this watch. It's platinum. It's a platinum watch, and then you got to take a peek at the back. Here, I'll start the video, and just if you want me to pause it at any time, let me know, Arch or Tanzil.
No worries.
The stitching reminds me of a boot, like a shoe. I don't like the stitching. It's not refined. For this watch, the stitching either needs to disappear or it needs to be much thinner and more refined. I just don't like the stitching. It makes it look cheap. In my opinion.
That one? Dark blue.
So now you're calling the watch cheap? Fuck.
No. It's the stitching. I don't like the stitching on it. It just the watch is. Look at the stitching. I mean, look at the back of the stitching. Look at that. If you're looking at the watch, You go to the left hand side. Look at the stitching. I mean, for me, the stitching either should be the same color as the strap, or it should be thinner and more refined. It doesn't. It looks, compared to the watch, the watch is elegant and beautiful. The stitching makes it look crude. It's just crude.
So okay, first of all, we have been discussing the color of the strap. Now we are discussing the pattern of the strap. Now we are discussing the color of the stitching. Can you see that this is going nowhere?
Well, no, it's not that it's going. It's not that it's going nowhere. The stitching's the same from the gray strap to this. Now, see, this looks a lot nicer because the pattern is flat. So you got me there. You won me there. The pattern is gone and the strap looks nice, but then the bad part of this configuration is the stitching looks crude. Look at it. It looks like it was stitched with a something that I tie a roast, and I'm gonna tie a roast up like a rump roast. I just don't like the stitching. It's crude.
Benjamin Chi, if you're watching that show, I apologize in advance.
Listen,
whoever's obviously Benjamin. Somebody else must be making a strap because your design is elegant and beautiful, but the stitching makes it look crude.
Listen, some watches, that stitching goes with those watches, but not this watch. I agree with Curly on that. I do agree with Curly.
I mean, look at the dial on the wrist. Put it back on the wrist, Jonathan, please. Look at that. I mean, look at that dial. Look at the case. Look at the depth of the platinum. Look at the lugs. It's so beautiful. Go ahead, Arch. Read the super chat.
Super chat. Swinging Kangaroo. Swinging Kangaroo, $2. Tan. Gallardo. LP 570. Trofeo or Hurricane Performant.
Trofeo. So these are both kind of special editions of the V10s. And I'm a big fan of the Performante. I was actually looking at prices of them. They've come down a lot. I had a friend who had an LP 570 Trofeo, and he drove the piss out of that car. Like I think he drove it like 70,000 kilometers. So definitely a usable car, in that sense. But if I was to pick one of the two, I'd go with the modern Performante.
Interesting.
You got another super chat from Tanzil Ansari.
Tanzil Ansari, here we go, $5. Stitching to me looks like it was stitched by Archie's Plaza dry cleaner with the in-house seamstress. I got to tell you, I think what it's trying to show, the stitching, is that it's actually hand stitched. I think that's why it's slightly.
Yeah, but Archie, you've gotten stitched pieces from Aaron at Combat Straps, and they never come that's a little.
Yeah,
to me,
I got to be honest with you. My honest opinion, I don't hate this watch, right? But I don't like the crown. I don't like I'll be honest with you, Jonathan. The problem with this watch is people who design this stuff, they fall so deeply in love with their own project. As a salesman, you shouldn't fall in love with your own stock, right? For me, I'd much rather just have it off the shelf Patek 5130, 5110. That's the way I would do things. But hey,
have you ever heard of this designer, Arch?
I'm not an expert in these specialist brands. I think I have. I think I've seen that. But the thing is, it's not my cup of tea. But if it makes him happy, you got to buy what makes you happy. It's not for me to say, hey, this is wrong. Or JJ, how are you?
Hello, everyone. How are
What's
you?
up, JJ?
JJ's
All right, let's finish this. We'll finish.
Curly, he's here to defend the stitching and New York and New York pizza.
All right, we'll finish this the conversation about the strap up. I happen to hopefully, I think in this video he does show the back.
Oh, sorry, Shalong Johnson, $10. Curly, is it true your secret dream is to interview Tim Marceau?
I want to put a couple of straps on him and bench press him. See if I can bench press him. Me and Narc want to bench press Tim Marceau. Interview, yeah, that's a side benefit, but actually, we want to have a contest to see who could do more reps with Tim Marceau bench pressing him. Let's play this. Here we go. And then you got this piece of shit, cheap ass looking.
Now you're swearing.
Oh yeah, we missed some. The white stitching stands out too much, and makes it look a little crude.
So you're trying to say it looks like fucking standing out like dog's balls? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's just it doesn't match it doesn't match the class of the watch. Put it that way. To me, it doesn't.
We pretty much destroyed this fucking strap. I'm telling you.
We discussed now the design and the details of the watch and the movement and the case for 10
It's all
minutes.
beautiful.
And now we are stuck on this bloody strap talk again.
Hey, listen, that's a key part of the watch. It just doesn't match the elegance of the watch, in my opinion. And I'm crude.
I apologize to all the viewers that we're not better than any Perth Luxury show where we had this strap discussion going on for hours without reaching any agreement.
So this
isn't the strap usually changed?
You're gonna get the strap, aren't you?
Actually, yes, I got the strap. I was looking.
Oh, you already got it.
I was looking at Swiss and I told him I'm getting this strap for the main purpose of pissing all those strap talkers.
Why, hey Jonathan? Why can't you get the stitching color changed?
I could.
You should.
I like it.
You like it? That white twine looking rough? I don't know. Okay, it's your watch. You can do what you want with it. Does everybody agree that the stitching is ugly or no?
No, nobody agrees on anything here.
Yeah,
you brought the strap talk.
That.
You're dividing now the viewership here.
I'm not dividing nothing. I'm just giving my opinion.
Now the strap wars are breaking out again.
I'm going to Costco. Yeah, I had to bail out. I couldn't take it no more.
Can anybody hear me?
No.
Not really.
No, you can't hear me? Okay, yeah, you can hear me.
Before these. There's a lot of super chats before.
Oh, wait a minute. Mikey, we hear you. Tanzil and Zari, $10 California.
Curly, you're missing super chats before these.
Oh.
Here we go. So the next one here, we got the Shalong Johnson. We did the Tim Musso interview. We got Tanzil, $5. In honor of JJ, AC3, I sent a video into the Asylum WhatsApp chat about Fed saying that the Reverso was made for polo players by order of the Maharaja.
I don't know if you could put that out, Archie, but like honestly, you need to play that because there's a lot of people on YouTube that maybe not have been in watches that long. They like to spruik a bunch of misinformation and so I sent it to you. It's up to you if you want to play it or not, but I thought it was funny.
Be right back.
That's an old video of his, actually. I'll bring it up 1 minute.
Well, I'm an OG, man. I only see the old stuff.
And Tanzil's very nice super chat. Thank you very much.
How much
is it? There's a lot.
How much is it, Mike?
How much is what?
The amount. You didn't say the amount. You got to say the amount when you read.
Oh, it's $10 Californian. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mike, look, there's a lot of
comments. Of course. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I missed that part.
Message for Mike the Snake. Keep your head up, Mike. Life is all about ups and downs. You've been through a lot, and you will get through this. Don't give up on the things that mean the most to you. And you got the Archie verse that supports you too, Mikey. Don't ever forget that. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what happened, Mikey. I just joined. What did I miss?
No, I'm just I'm in financial difficulties is all. That just to put it short. And it can literally all be solved if I just went and sold my fucking Rolexes, but it's something that I absolutely
the only problem is, Mike, the only problem is, I tell you honestly, right? Eventually
they just buy me some time is all they do.
Eventually you run out of things to sell.
Yeah. No, and that's what I
would say, well, can you rent a small apartment? Can you get a small apartment?
The problem is a small apartment around here is not much less than what I'm paying to stay here. That's the problem.
Where would you move if you had to move somewhere cheaper in America? Where would you go?
maybe Arizona. I've got a friend that lives there that I know I could probably stay with until I found a place.
How much would it cost for a place? How much? How far? How many kilometers away is it?
Oh, it's a 10-hour drive.
Fuck.
Mikey, didn't you just sell your Beamer?
Yeah. But that money just vaporized into back rent that I owed.
Who do you owe this rent to?
Basically my family, but I owe what I owe. I rent this house, and anyways, look, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
He comes on here.
Let's pivot.
Mike comes on here just to relax a bit. He doesn't want his. I mean, I hate it when someone scrutinizes, come up with half-baked comments. Let's just give Mike some love. Mike, we love you, but my own opinion, for what it's worth, I would move low cost. You know what I'd do if I were you? I'd fucking get rid of everything you possibly can. Let's do a sea change. Let's go and live in Bangkok, or let's go and live on the beach together in Thailand.
Yeah, or Baja California, man. You can do the same for the same kind of money.
That's super chat's for you, Mikey. The super chat's for you. Go ahead and read it.
Tanzil, California, $5. Thank you very much. Let's pivot from Mike's personal stuff. Do you think the Patek will make the Nays Nautilus ever again in steel? Why or why not? And also,
that's a good question, actually. Will it be made? Hey, Tan, maybe they'll make it in titanium next time. What do you think of that as an idea?
So you saw Thierry Stern's article, his interview about like what happened to IWC and the whole.
He's scared. Once you go steel, there's no coming back.
And everybody's walking into his boutiques trying to buy Aquanauts and Nautiluses, like Nautili, whatever, steel, right? And I think it's scaring the fuck out of him. And he purposely went white gold on the new version. I think it's 6811, or 5811, sorry. And like I don't see them going back on the base model. I think that they are very aware of what happened to IWC. He said it. And I mean, there's still steel pieces. There's the 5212 that are there, but I personally don't see it going back.
Yeah,
very interesting.
You
know what? I think they may bring steel.
Let's see what JJ thinks. JJ's here too. Let's see what JJ thinks.
I mean, for as much as they charge for either material, it could be either white gold or steel.
Yeah,
it wouldn't matter.
Is they're talking about like it allows them to capture the premium that the market is paying on the 5711 that they aren't realizing on the secondary, but to still maintain their mantra of being a precious metal brand. So I think that's what the real play is, and therefore I just don't see them going back to steel. Not in the short term, at least.
I see. And also to comment on that strap that was showing earlier, I would say that it looked a little kind of cheesy. Just black with the white stitching just looked a little plain.
You can change the strap, Mike. Don't worry. You can easily change the strap.
That's the most easily changed part of everything. But I just want to throw my 2 cents in there. It didn't look all that hot.
Here we go. Tanzil, $5. AC3, give us your opinion on CB's watch from NBNF. Do you like the cool factor of it? Would you buy one if you were an MBNF customer? So this was the watch that we displayed yesterday. And what it was, this was a special watch that it's not made by MBNF. It's designed by them. And it cost about $3,000.
That's a Salida movement, right?
Miata movement. Now, the interesting thing is, you know what? He's asking me, what do I think of it? You know what? I fucking love it. If I was an MBNF customer, I would fucking love this watch. You can give this to your kids.
Yeah, you'd have to own it.
You can give it to your wife. Of course, I think, look, if you were caught up in it, I think it's actually a fantastic idea because it allows you to share the MBNF love. You can share the love. Here it is here. You can share the love
Oh wow.
without actually having to pay the piper.
Yeah, so Curly,
Yeah.
MBNF does watches like this. They do these, you know,
They're
not
they're
conventional-
crazy expensive watches. Like
Yeah, they
my
do it in-
friends, my
Yeah, they do
friends.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
My friend's watch that has the high domed crystal and the balance wheel up at the very top center, held by a wishbone. It's like a $80,000 watch. He wore it to our lunch when Archie came to visit, and when we had dim sum. Remember, Archie?
Yes. Yeah. Look,
Beautiful watch, but just insanely expensive.
But this watch is not really like anything to do with MBNF. It has a Miyota movement. It's like
Yeah,
nothing like a real MBNF.
I get JJ's point on this. I know JJ is against this watch, and it's to me it's a novelty. JJ, it's it's just
Yeah,
something
it's a fun little watch, but it's not an MBNF replacement.
It's not an MBNF replacement. The question was more.
and I don't think it's trying to do that either. It's
It's
just
not.
trying.
No.
It's just it's some little bit of MBNF design you can share. You know,
JJ,
you know what I mean?
the question was that like, if you were an MBNF customer, just like Archie's a Patek customer and he drinks the fucking Kool-Aid, right?
Mhm.
Would you not pick this up? I mean, it was not a lot of money. It's got a bit of a cool factor. It's
Yeah, if they offered it to me at
similar-
retail, I would buy it just for like quirky, fun little piece.
Wouldn't you kind of wouldn't this be kind of like Tudor to Rolex?
No.
No, it's made
Much-
more as a novelty, Mike. It's made for like it's very similar to what MBNF would do on a high end watch. It's a lower end movement, but the cool factor. If you're a customer, I agree with JJ. I'd personally buy it at retail, just being given it as the cool factor to have the swag.
Well,
I consider this like swag.
at $3,000, it's highly affordable.
And then, hey JJ, there was this question too. The Nautilus, Nays Nautilus, that Tanzil asked earlier,
Yeah.
but you stepped away.
Yeah, I asked you, JJ, what your
Do-
thoughts were.
Oh, do I
And
think they'll ever
quickly, I'm
do
going to get
steel?
the super chat here. We've got a super chat from my good friend Showcase Watches, £4.50. Mikey needs a YouTube channel, Story Time with Mike, for extra dollars. I'd subscribe and financially support to hear some of his awesome stories. Love, Mike the Snake. Why
Thank
not,
you very
Mikey?
much. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to start a channel, but I could take a chunk of time of my day outside of your show before or after, and
Practice
do my
on
own
production.
show.
You could always
and-
rebel stream too, Mike. You don't forget.
No, I would never do that to Archie. No, Archie is my hero, and
Just kidding. How about this? You want to read this one, Mikey?
trading profits £1.79. Arch, please send your regards to Vera, who's watching.
Hello, Vera. Thank you so much there. And we got Yankee Doodle, $2, considering a 5227 as an everyday thoughts. That's the one with the officer's case back. That's the case back. That's the 5227 was sort of the carry on from the 5127. I think it's a great watch. Great watch, Yankee Doodle. Do it. Pull the trigger. Now, Yankee Doodle was down. He went out with a Polish girl. She didn't give him his Soto. She didn't give him the Soto that he wanted, okay? So I got to tell you the truth there, man. I think you need to. I'm just going to pull this watch up for you guys can see here, so you can see.
Oh, while you
What
pull
I
that
mean.
up, can I just say, I don't think they'll make a steel watch again. Like, you know how Rolex usually does that, reintroduces in white gold and comes out in steel?
Yep.
I don't think they're gonna. I think Tan was pretty spot on about them wanting to keep more of the premium. It's gonna go up high on the secondary anyway, but we could be wrong. And secondly, talking so much about that strap is driving me crazy. It's like looking at a Lamborghini and going, I just don't like these tires, man. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
You can put
Totally.
I just found it
Kumos
funny
on.
the
You
barely
can put
beeline to
Kumos
the
on.
stitching. Like I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it is. That's a good analogy.
The tread on this tire, I don't know. I just don't know if I can.
I don't like the pattern on the tread. I don't like the pattern on the tread.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's like something so changeable.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Tanzil, $5. Archie, send this message to Shrinkage. Ron the Shrink has had a total and complete mental breakdown. Fight the Shrink. Oh, Ron, what happened?
Oh, right.
Oh, Ron.
Oh,
Oh,
Ron.
Ron.
Oh, Ron.
Don't let Ron ruin our night.
Now let's look at this. Tanzil, $5. Spoke to Diego this morning. He's considering trading his 5164 for a 3940. Which 3940 would you recommend? First gen white gold. Now, seriously, Tan, he would never do that.
No, he asked me
is
this
the
morning.
watch
We were
we're
watching
talking about.
we were watching the Phillips auction, and I think he saw a bunch of them, selling for a decent amount of money, and realized that there's a collector's market for this, and I think he's got a smaller wrist, so he was considering it. He asked me like, "Hey, who's your connect? Like, could you contact me? Do you think they'd do a trade for the 5164?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely, they would. But you just need to pick the right 3940 that you want, because it was a 20-year span. They had a ton of generations, so that's why I asked you, question number one, do you think he should do the trade? And question number two, which 3940 would you ask him to get?
I would actually say no. I don't think he should do the trade. And
I agree.
All personal reasons aside, I think he loves his 5164. It's like me. When I used to make videos saying, what happens if I sold all my Pateks and bought a Porsche? The strange thing is,
Yep.
I was saying it, but I would never, ever, 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 ever do it. And unfortunately, of course, I've lost the Pateks were taken from me, but I love them. And I think Diego really, 5164, young guy like that is such a Diego watch.
Yeah, I don't think he's and it's nothing against him or like his watch collecting prowess.
No,
more of age. I just don't think he'd appreciate this one as much as.
But what an amazing watch! He bought that supposedly brand new from the AD. Fucking hell! What a story!
The Nautilus.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't sell.
The Aquanaut. It's an Aquanaut.
So, okay, so you answered the first question, that whether he should or shouldn't. The second question is that which one should he get if he was to do it? A first gen, a second gen? Which one would you ask him to get if he was to do it?
I honestly think with any of those vintage pieces, like the first gens are most valuable. Okay,
are they?
And what metal? What metal in the first gen?
You know what? I love all the metals. I love them. 100%. The most common is the yellow, but you know what? It's one of these things.
When did you become Canadian and socialist? Pick a metal, fuck.
I'd go white gold. White gold would be amazing because it's more modern. It's modern. I think if you're going to slide into one, you know the funny thing is, Tan, I don't know if you know this. I got a friend of mine who's holding a Patek for me. Okay, Dave, the super collector.
The 5196, the G.
It's in white gold, and you know what? That kind of makes up for the 5127 that's gone. I think it's the most perfect metal to have because it's just I love white gold. Okay,
isn't that the one in your avatar, Tans?
Yes, it is. That's the one. Tan's got the same watch, and you know what, Tan? I think white gold would be the way he'd go, but would he actually do it? I don't. And I think he's best just to hold what he's got. Okay, I'll be honest with you. If I was him, I would just keep that Aquanaut, enjoy it for the next 20 fucking years. But it's always nice to have these. Like Tan. Tan, would you ever consider getting a McLaren?
No.
But you have played with the idea. I could sell this and get a McLaren.
I have. I do it all the time. I just, to me, like, there's no emotion in that car from a sound perspective, and that means a lot to me in an engine.
You love your Lamborghini, don't you?
I do, and Ferrari, for example, has nothing that interests me right now. Like, I don't.
Oh, Ferrari, nothing interests you.
No, I'm not a big fan of the 812. The V8. I'm not a fan of the 8, like their V12s, the 812. Their V8 doesn't sound very.
There was a time when the only real Ferraris were front engine V12s.
Yeah, it's the way Enzo Ferrari wanted it. I have a friend who has an 812, and I see it all the time. It's nice. Don't get me wrong, but for that same money, I'd get a Lamborghini V12 because of the same price, right?
Exactly. I mean, if it's going to be a supercar, it's got to be a V12 and mid-engine. I mean, if it's
Hey,
super,
we got a
if
super
it's
chat
super
here. Look at
duper.
this super chat. Super chat from Tanzil. Q from Forbin Colossus. Is there any interest in or premium price paid for Pateks before they introduced the silicon-based Spiromax hairspring? Is there any interest in or premium paid for Pateks before?
So when was
be
that?
honest-
Was that like around the 315 movement when they introduced the Spiromax?
Yeah, I think it was just after that,
Just
wasn't
after
it?
the 315. So did your 5107 have a Spiromax?
I couldn't even tell you that. You know that? I think
Is
it
that
didn't. I
is
don't
that
think
like
it
the
did.
only difference between the movement? Is just the
Did-
spring?
Didn't they bring that out in the 50, 56? Remember they had that experimental advanced research?
Yeah, you're right.
Isn't that
You're
where
right.
they brought it out or not?
Yeah, and that's a similar era, right? So
Those
yeah,
advanced
so-
research
okay, so-
ones are fucking expensive.
Okay, so we've established the era, right? That it's
Yeah.
around the 5035, 5107 era. So that's what, late 90s, early, like, is it 2000s? Call it early
90s to early 2000s.
Right. So anything before that, he's asking, is there a premium for price paid? And this could even go into the question of Geneva seal, Patek seal type of change as well, right? So what do you think?
You know what? All Pateks are valuable. They're different. I don't think it's necessarily more valuable because of the lacking of that. They're valuable because they're different models. Like that's not the determining factor that makes it valuable or less valuable. It's not really a big thing. What you find with some of the Pateks before before they started using that Spiromax hairspring, they were smaller, so they're being hurt in the secondary market because they're a little bit smaller. That's hurting them more so than the fact that this spring magically makes them so valuable. Does that make sense, Tan?
Yeah, like, look, I don't think that the hairspring is going to dictate anything on value. I don't think so. Like, is it a great technology? Absolutely.
It's like saying, is there a big difference between the 324 movement Patek and the 315?
Right,
Okay,
Geneva seal, Patek seal, right? Like, do I really care the
you know
Patek
what?
seal is a thing? Like,
It doesn't really matter.
but for me, for example, the superlative chronometer, the +2 -2, I like a heck of a lot more than the 5-digit cost, timing. Like, and look, I just get fiked off about timing once in a while, and yeah, to me that's important. To everybody else, it's probably don't give a shit about that, right? So
Tanzil, $5. JJ, describe your Patek journey and what fiked you off the brand. Go into detail on where you're headed now.
All right.
I'll bring it up a bit. So firstly, it was a 5960, wasn't it? Gee,
5960p.
Fucking lucky with the wrong clasp.
How was the strap on that?
The stitching was A+ on that.
Beautiful.
What color dial did you have?
The gray one is the platinum. The blue is white gold.
Wow, that's a beautiful watch.
Thank you. Yeah, this was the one I had first. I found this for a really, really good deal. It was just serviced. It had remember I called you, Arch, and I'm like, I don't know, it's got a lot of work done. And you're like, look, Patek are pricks. They want to charge you a lot of money for service. They'll look to find anything wrong. They just got serviced. It'll be fine. But I was a little worried because it had like some stuff replaced. It had quite a little bit of a list. So that was the first one I got. I'm actually looking to see if I have a picture. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp.
Sure.
But so I enjoyed that one quite a bit in the beginning. I was in the honeymoon phase, but it was very top heavy. And I don't know, I just got bored with it a little bit. But I really didn't sell it because I didn't like it. It was just because another opportunity presented itself, really. So that's pretty much, what happened. I got a good price on a 5172 and a good trade opportunity. So I said, let me trade up. But that picture you have, right?
Let's bring this one up, baby. You
have that 3-piece picture, right?
Holy shit! There, look at this one.
To me, this one Yeah, it was just everything I wanted as far as a dress chronograph from Patek. Manual wind. The other one was automatic. It was a bit clunky. That was another thing. It was a pain in the ass always because I don't wear one watch every day. You always had to set it. It had to be within the right time so you don't break it. It was just like such a pain in the ass. Some days I just wanted to throw a watch on quick and run out. And I just found myself not wearing it a bunch. But this one was much more up my alley. Then I got the Piguet, and that's when things changed. I just said, this is like triple the price. I just don't see triple the value, compared to like the 7097. It just, I don't know. And the market started going down. I'm like,
you're saying that the Patek wasn't, like, once you got the Piguet, you realized the Patek wasn't worth 3 times the cost of the Piguet. Yeah,
Right.
because from what I have researched and seen and looked at Piguet is just top notch. I mean, there is high end and quality wise and in every sense of the word as the Vacheron or Patek or anybody else. They're just not as revered, even though they've got more heritage than probably most of the watches that we talk about most of the time. And they invented the tourbillon, and Piguet is responsible for a lot in this watch world that we just take for granted today.
Got a super chat, Archie. We're backing up here.
Hey, we're backing them up. Let's get them out here. Let's
okay.
wheel them in, wheel them out. Tanzil, $5. Buy the 6119 or wait for the 6196. I was fiked off by the 3915 and the 5119. I'd prefer the 96 Evolution. I got to tell you, Tan, that's a very good question, but I think the 5196 is a great current watch at a great price already. What do you think, Tan?
So the only thing that fucks me off about that watch is no display case back. I know why the 215 is small. I get it. And that's what I love about the 6119 is you can see the movement, you can see the manual wind movement. And
did you know they had a 50? He's saying 5196. Did you know they had a 5096?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is the evolution.
That was a 33 mil, wasn't it?
That's right. So the 96. So for those that don't know, the 96 is what Archie refers to as the Grand Classique from Patek Philippe, which is the term they use actually in the house because it's the watch that saved Patek back in I think the 20s or 30s from bankruptcy. And so
that's when the Stearns. That's the first watch the Stearns introduced. That's
right. The Calatrava. Everyone thinks the Nautilus is the watch for Patek. In house, the Calatrava will never go away for that. It's a beloved watch by them. So, anyways, besides the point, I don't know the hobnail bezel to me. I don't know what it is. I love the 6119. I'm just like, should I just wait for the smooth bezel and go with the 6196?
Okie dokie. Let's have a look here, guys. Next one here, Tanzil, $5. APs did not perform well at auction. Are these for flexes or do real heavy hitters care about these versus the independents around?
So this was a comment that was made like earlier today around like the APs just didn't perform very well, but all the independents, MB&F, FP Journe, they were just fucking crushing it. So do you think APs are just for like a certain demographic, not real, collectors? Is it a one and done? You get your Royal Oak and you fuck off. Like, what do you think?
Well, that's actually really interesting comment you made there, Tan. I got to tell you, I think it just shows you that the AP people are different to Patek people. See, Patek people.
JJ, what do you think?
What was the beginning of the question? I'm sorry, Tan. I caught just Royal Oak and that's it. But
you're saying APs didn't do well at auction. Are these for flexes or do heavy hitters care about these versus the independents around?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think
it's a different market. It's a different market. Those sort of customers that, you know what? I'll tell you what really pisses me off. I went to Richard Mille in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he starts, the general manager is actually OC took me there, okay? Because I could never get in by myself. They're the most fucking pompous company you met. Not only they won't let you in. There's 3 fucking security doors, but he says, I don't know why people buy things on the secondary. And the reason is some of these rich people, they can't be fucked sucking your ass, kissing your ass to get a fucking allocation. So
Yeah, they don't wanna wait
just
either.
buy it. They don't want to fuck around. They just want to do it quick.
Do you want to hear
They
a
don't
story
want to.
about Richard Mille with me and Jin? I probably told this, but there's a lot of people that
Yes,
weren't
that's when
around
you
that.
dropped it, or Jin dropped it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Jin
so
dropped it.
we walked into Richard Mille in Toronto, and and they were closing, but they saw me wearing the Patek. I was wearing, I think, the 5127 at the time, and so they ushered us in. They're like, "Oh no, please come in. We'll keep the store open. What would you like to drink?" And I think they showed us the Rafael Nadal watch or whatever, and the manager went to grab the drinks. All she hears is a thud, on the what is it, a rubber table they have or whatever, and she like came running back, and Jin immediately turns to me. He had actually dropped my 5127. He turns to me, he's like, "I'll service it." And look, we're in Richard Mille, we can't exactly be like, well, I'm worried about a $20,000 watch when I'm holding a $200,000 or $300,000 watch. So I did kind of like bite my tongue and be like, yeah, it's okay, don't worry about it. It's just, whatever. It's just my Patek. But yeah, Jin was just shitting bricks because he thought the watch was fucked, but it was fine. Small drop, no worries.
Here we go. Super chat. AD never calling $10. Thanks a lot, Arch and Tan. The battle of the watches over the other day got me stuck on the Patek 5164 Aquanaut. I hate you both. Nice one, Arch. Great vid. Look, the 5164. What do you think of the 5164, guys?
Travel time. Awesome. I love that one.
That's the Diego watch, isn't it? This is the Diego.
That's my favorite
watch.
Second favorite Aquanaut behind the chronograph.
And I got to tell you, 5164. I tell you what, that's why I say it's such a cool watch. What's with the orange strap? How do you get the orange strap version? That's the orange.
Chrono.
It's the chrono. Sorry,
5968. That is.
Yeah. You're right. It's not the 51s. I just wondered what the fuck's the. What a fucking beautiful watch. Would you love one of these, Tan? No.
When I bought my Nautilus, I didn't want to compromise. Was my answer to myself. Was like, I could get the Aquanaut, save a few bucks or whatever. And I never really liked the Aquanaut. Like, I just don't like the shape of it. Like, I don't like the idea that I'm spending so much money and I'm getting a rubber strap. Rubber strap. Yeah, like, and look, this is a cool watch. Don't get me wrong. I like this watch. Would I spend my hard-earned money on it? Probably not. I'd probably, me, I'd probably go for something complicated. Something that I feel in the Patek lineup would align more with my collecting journey, which has been through Calatravas and the complications and seeking to get to the grand complication level.
And deal $5. This one is for David N in the chat. Patek 5146 versus 5396. Let's bring it up. 5146. That's the annual calendar. 5146. 39 mil. Beautiful annual calendar. And the other one is the 5396.
So this is the evolution. The 5196 is the evolution of the 5035 in the design, somewhat in the design, and the 5396. Actually, they based this watch on another one. I think, was it based on a perpetual calendar, the way the layout is, Archie?
Yeah, that was the first automatic perpetual calendar. This was based on the 3448. The 3448. This is it here.
Yes. What a beautiful.
How big is the 5396?
About 39 mils.
39. It's a large size.
Okay.
But you see this? I can't believe. Just 1 minute, Mikey.
Sure.
I can't believe they didn't bring this out as a perpetual. That's the funny thing. But I got to tell you something. The 5396. I think that was one of the most beautiful annual calendars ever made. But then they went to the 5205. And that's fucking gorgeous. Again, what do you think?
I'm not really a fan of the 5035, to be honest with you. It's okay.
52. Sorry, which one? 5205.
5205. I'm not a huge fan of that watch. The 5146 for me, like, look, it's the Patek at the top versus the Patek at the bottom, right? Like, it's the real nuances of it. I think I think the 5396 is where it's at.
The 5496 is a world time. The 5396 is not, correct?
Yeah, the 5396 is an annual calendar.
It is. Okay. I can't tell just from these little itty bitty pictures.
JJ, is JJ still on? Did he have this watch?
Yeah, I'm still here. No, I didn't. I used to always want the older one with the silver dial, the 5205 G. I think it's 1010.
Can you pull up the G, Archie? JJ's talking about the one he used to like. The G was
It's second, last one, second row. Picture. Oh,
which one? Sorry, it's the 5205G.
yeah, the whitish silver dial.
Oh, that one there, the gray. Yeah.
That's the darker one. There's another one that's lighter, but same type of watch.
This one here.
No, that's the same one you just pulled up. Let me see. Scroll down a little bit. That one. Yep, on Reddit. See, yep, that's the one. Or if you look on the last row, that guy has a good picture because he has no control strap.
That one's kind of cool looking.
It's fucking very cool. They're all. I love the blue. I must confess, but
yeah, the blue is nice. That's much newer. That one.
You don't like these? You don't like the 5205?
No, I'd go with the 5396.
Sculpted sides. Don't you love the sculpted sides, but
the new rose gold.
I didn't like it even on the 5227. Like Thierry Stern kept. I think this is a Thierry Stern design, right? Like he was all spruiking the sculpted lugs. I don't know, man. It's not for me.
Hey, we've got a special review coming in because Tan the Man is here. Tan the Man, can I show you a request from my good friend Fella?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to see this, Tan the Man?
Show me.
We've got a super chat from him as well.
Let me just get this up here now. Thank you so much there.
Oh.
Here we go. Tan the Man. Let me get the super chat. ABC $2. Can MT Mike the Snake say in UK access, pure class, chuffed to bits?
Pure class, chuffed 2 bits.
Question 4 from Forbin Colossus. They don't get much love. Gondola line, can we look at them? I have the guilty lust for the 5135. We'll just call that up quickly there. 5135. I love
I used to love this
gondola
one.
line. You know, the funny thing is, George is the guy who's in charge at Tiffany of Patek there. His own personal watch is a 5135.
Didn't Mr. 2 have one of these?
No, he had the 5111 that Archie had. He bought off.
Was it a gondola as well?
Well, that was the manual wine version. That's it there. It was
yeah.
a yellow gold. Like, actually, that's probably the watch. You know, fuck, I wish I could buy that now. I'd love to have that as a watch. That's a beautiful watch. You know?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So not much love for the gondola line. Why do you think that is? Is it just out of style, case shape? Like, what is?
I think for Patek, people associate Patek with a circular watch. But I think
since the 70s, they had the golden ellipse. They've had a lot of different shapes.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's just how it's gone. But these are fucking beautiful. I think these are very, 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 very beautiful.
I definitely have a thing for rectangle watches, and hope to own one or multiple ones someday. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Tanzil, $5. Question from ABC Bihar. Fishy pussy or squale 1521? Fishy pussy. Next question here, fella, $5. 4-minute review for you and Tan the Man. Pull up the picture, Arch. Does it need a Nautilus profile? 36-year-old. Nice one.
This is the photo he's asked me to pull up that you were going to pull up before. So
okay,
he just
here we go.
To pull it up. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. He wants a good review on this.
Have a look at this, guys. Have a look at this. So what do we got here? We got a rose gold Aquanaut travel time. So is that a travel time? Yes, it is, because I can see the home button there. We've got a holy shit. What's this? A 5270 at the back there. That
5270 salmon dial.
Holy, it's platinum. That'd be platinum as well, wouldn't it, Tan?
Heavy hitter.
Wow.
And we've got a perpetual calendar with a black dial. Holy shit.
From like you've got a travel time, you've got a perpetual chronograph, and a perpetual calendar in a TV case. So Archie, what do you think of this question?
Are those all considered grand complications?
Everything but the travel time.
Yes, except the travel time, yep. You know what? I think that set fucking works together. I love it. Look at that. So he's got
classic... He wants to know, does he need a Nautilus is his question.
that would finish it off. But that's a beautiful trio right
Archie, he's
there.
looking at a base Nautilus, so either a 5711 or a 5712. What would you say?
5712. 5712.
So interestingly enough, that is the one he's grabbing. JJ, what do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say I would probably sell that TV shaped one and get the 5712.
No, he doesn't need to sell it. He needs to
All right,
keep
then
that.
just get the 5712 then.
Don't sell the TV. I know I've given fella a lot of shit about the TV one. I'm just angry about your box offer. Okay.
So why the 5712? So he's got complications out the wazoo here. Why would you say the 5712 as opposed to the base 5711?
I think because his watches do more than just a straight Calatrava. He's got the home time. So I'd like to throw another complication in there just to keep it. All of them are not simple. They're all got some complications. They all got party tricks. They all do party tricks. Okay?
Yeah, it seems like he gravitates towards a busier dial. That's what he seems to like.
Yeah, so I think the 5712 is the perfect party trick.
So what he's missing is basically a world time, right? Because he's got chronograph, he's got the date complications, he's got.
Like, I wouldn't even get a world time if I was. I'd get that chronograph world time, maybe.
Not even right. Like he's got a watch. Like he's got
one in platinum and one in white gold and one in rose gold or yellow gold.
Very quickly, Tanzil, $5, best 4-digit sub. Mariner reference for the panel. I reckon the best sub, I think best sub all-rounder, I'd have to say 1680.
The red sub or the original date sub?
I'd just go the white. 1680 white.
JJ, what do you think?
5513.
Playing the safe bets, boys. Playing the safe bets.
And
Archie,
Mikey, what does Mikey say? What does Mikey likes ceramic, but don't you like modern? Don't you, Mikey?
I owned quite a few pre-ceramic Rolexes, and I don't mind them at all. I love the pre-ceramic sub. I especially love the pre-ceramic Sea Dwellers, so I'm an appreciator of both the older versions and but when it comes to my purchasing of late, if I'm gonna buy and I have the money, I'm gonna get something newer that's of the ceramic.
Tanzil, $5. Question from Ron the Cheap. Who's not super chatting tonight? What is currently the best deal in all of Rolex? How about all of horology? Let me just start this off, Tan. I reckon the best deal on Rolexes at the moment would have to be, I reckon the Deep Sea. Deep Sea is I go for the standard one. I reckon it's not a loved watch. I reckon that's a great watch to have.
Oh, hold on. They got the whole panel here. Don't go through the super. Give them some time.
You missed the other half of it too.
Yeah.
What about the OP41?
You can pick that if you think that's the best in all of Rolex deal.
No,
so he's not the best in Rolex than all of Rolex.
What is the best deal in all of Rolex?
Yeah.
The best deal. So
I reckon best deal is a gold Yachtmaster 40 at the moment. They are really soft on the second-hand market.
Or Milgauss. Milgausses are
affordable. Underrated watch too. That
I'm surprised Archie didn't go in the Explorer line, like the Explorer 2, which you would assume he would go to.
And they're not really cheap anymore. They're not cheap anymore. I don't think, are they?
I think the Batgirl is a better buy than an Explorer 2 at this point.
And the Air King uses the same case as the
okay, so what about all of horology? Right? The best deal around for all watches.
Oh, Breguet dress pieces by far. You're picking them up for 35% of retail.
Archie, you agree with Breguet?
You know what? I would love a Breguet. I think Breguet makes amazing stuff.
But what's the best deal? Not what you love. I have to be a bit of bear tonight because he's not here.
Yep.
You know what? I'll show you this. Okay, let me show you. See,
remember
this hobby we're in. It's emotion.
Did you say bear?
And
yeah, Bear's here.
There we go.
Hey, Bear.
Hey guys, the best deal in for the Rolex at the moment to buy is the Rolex Sky Dweller.
Very cool. Look at this deal here. Look at that. Could you honestly say that Breguet is inferior there?
I don't think anyone said it's inferior. We're talking about deals.
See, that easily punches as well as the Patek, and that's Patek is a lot more money. You still got that Breguet, JJ, don't you?
Yep. Still have it. I love that watch.
Yeah, I'm gaining a liking for dress watches, even though they're not my style, and I probably wouldn't wear it very often. But I'm gaining an education here as time
You're
goes
still being
by.
educated, Mike. Shit, man. It keeps going and going like a Bonnie Duracell.
Oh well, I'm always going to be being educated. I learn something new every day. But I am also falling in love with dress watches, which
I got
used
super
to
chats
just-
backing up here. Here we go.
Amazing news. Yeah, super chats, boys.
You got
10 Zeal,
Lou.
$5. Question
this
from
one.
Ron
We
the
did this
Cheap.
one.
Who
We
was
did
not
this
stupid?
one.
We
We
did
did
that
this one.
one. We did that one. Next one. AD never calling, $10. If Tan can go 5 minutes without saying right after every sentence, I'll super chat 20 US
Mike,
dollars.
keep
Nice,
score.
All right.
Fucking Patrick Fleet, you're on. Mike, keep score.
nice one, Arch. Great vid. Okie dokie. And we've got CB, $10. Boom! That's sweet. This is not a collection of a poor boy from a poor family. There you go,
No.
JJ. And Lou, $5. Hi, guys. Royal Oak is a bad motherfucker. My boss has a 15300 33 mil blue.
Ooh.
It's his one and done. I see it every day, and it never gets old. Just
Well,
not just hype.
I did my first collection review from Paul Pluter, and in the collection review, I had a Datejust 2 Blue Romans. I had my 15300 white dial, and I had my 5711 blue. And Archie named it people with too much money or some bullshit. And he said, get a usable piece. 15300 blue dial, amazing. It's still really valuable right now. But yeah, I think that, look, I was wearing that watch, the 15300, pretty often. Excellent bracelet. Excellent. I love the trigger of that bracelet versus the 5711. So yeah, sick watch.
Sick, very sick watch. Yes.
Well, I just wish it had a matching date, Will.
On the
I'm
1300,
learning to love it.
Do we want to pull a picture of it up, or because
yeah.
we're backing up on super chats here?
you pull it up.
Okay.
I think we got to give some people some value for money here, guys. Like, let's not just plow through them.
Mikey, do you know how to pull up stuff yet?
No.
Okay, I'll pull up the watch, but you keep an eye on the super chats. All right, we got to do either one or the other. I can't do both.
We got one from fella
Hold
here.
on. Yeah. Okay. 15.
Here we go.
Fella, $1.99 dollars. He says, I want 2 minutes from Bear on pick.
2 minutes on what pick?
Oh, this was the fella collection. We want to hear what do you think of this? This is fella's 3-piece Patek collection combo meal deal,
yeah.
Hunger Buster. Have a look
his
at this.
his
here.
question
Have a
was,
look
he
at
wants to
this.
know, what do you think of the watch, and should he add a Nautilus? Are the two questions.
Fucking beautiful
Yeah,
trio.
should replace the TV thing, get rid of the TV fucking thing, and get a Nautilus, and then you have a great collection.
Well, he was asking to add the Nautilus.
Yes, you should add a Nautilus.
Which Nautilus? Which Nautilus, Bear?
Any fucking you can get.
Bear, I told him to get rid of the TV and add a 5712. That was my answer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have said. But if he wants to keep the TV, which I'm not shooting down in any sense or form, but just to have like a nice 3-piece, yeah, I would say I agree with JJ 100%. Thank you.
We got another one from Tanzil, $5. Bear rumors from James are that Omega will do a 321 in a standard sapphire sandwich releasing in Feb. Do you think this is real or a buy? Yes or no?
I heard that by the way, he had posted a super chat. I don't know if it's real. I mean, I'm not saying it's not real, and it's not a buy for me. Definitely not a buy.
So Bear, I spoke to my AD, guy working at the AD, and I asked him, I said, have you heard of this? And he was like, no. He's like, it's strange for them to do that. Why would they do that? He's like, we
They
bought
can't
it.
even-
Unfortunately, the Omega has a very poor communication with AD, so chances are that you're gonna hear before AD.
So I
But they
think
can't. They
James
can't
got
even
it.
keep up with the ones they have now.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
his point,
and
right?
according to them, the main reason are the movements. So
Right.
if they
That's what,
said it makes no sense. But
Right.
hey, even if it is true, it's not a buy, in my opinion.
Archie, what do you think? Do you think it's a buy? Bear doesn't like the aesthetics of the standard Speedmaster 3861. If they put a 321 in the standard Speedmaster, do you think it's a buy? And James said, by the way, this is going to be priced just as much as the Ed White.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I think it'd be amazing. I love the Speedmasters. Anything to bring back the heritage. Go for it. Go for it. Go real. I think it's a buy. It'll hold its value 100%. 100%. Grab it. Grab
321
it.
movement
Grab it.
in it.
Grab it.
I
Grab
don't
it.
know. I don't know about it as a sapphire sandwich, but yeah,
Oh, I'd love it as a sandwich because you want to see the back, don't you? You don't want to hide
You
that
s-
back, do
you
you?
do.
you see that
Yeah,
in the one
and
now that they have.
you're
You don't
just
want to hide
breaking.
it.
You're
That's what you're
breaking
paying all
from
that
the
money for is that
Man on the
movement.
Moon.
Man, you're paying all this money. You want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it is a nice looking movement as well. We have a super chat from AD Never Calling.
Tan, please describe the intricate differences between the golden ellipse and the 552. Oh,
The
let's call
golden
it up.
ellipse. These are
554.
very different
Let's
watches.
bring that up. Da-da-da-da. It's the beautiful pilot watch. What do you think?
I mean, it's a pretty interesting question because the golden ellipse follows the golden rule, and the 5524 is a pilot's watch. I don't know
Have a
if
look at the
Patrick
golden
just,
ellipse here, guys. Look at this. And my favorite is that platinum one. I
you're
know
not
it's
showing
suicide.
Oh, you're showing the AP still.
Oh, that's a sweet looking watch.
And that's the blued gold. Don't you love that?
Which
Yeah,
one? Doc? Click it.
It's very Genta-esque.
Oh, I didn't bring it up.
Nope.
Shit.
Or is it that
Let me just
okay?
bring it up. So the golden ellipse is a watch that's very 70s style. It's based on the golden ratio, similar to the reverse. So it was actually based on
There you
golden
go. There's
ratio
the
as well.
ellipse.
Right. So look
Oh,
at this watch, which is
that's
very
beautiful.
retro.
It's
And then
beautiful.
when he shows Mike the 5524, which is a pilot's watch, completely different, not based on the golden ratio.
This watch always reminds me of Paul Silesius.
Ah,
that
yes.
Pilot's watch. Not as
That's not a bad thing to be reminded of. I mean, that's a classy watch. He's a classy guy.
So Archie, which one of the two would you take, the golden ellipse or the 5524? If you had a new golden ellipse.
This is this the 5524 or the previous blue one?
This is the one.
This one. The other one was a Royal Oak.
The blue one that we
Oh,
just
yeah,
showed before was a Royal Oak.
Well, no. The blue one before was the Ellipse. The blue. I thought you meant the one before that. The one that you said was Genta-esque.
Yes, okay, but we weren't talking about that without just hadn't been removed.
Well, no,
Then-
'cause Patrick's asking he's basically contrasting the two watches. One is
Totally different
watch based on the golden ratio in terms of its shape, and the other one's a standard pilot's watch. So Mike, which would you take? Would you take the golden ellipse, the retro version, or would you take the more modern pilot's watch?
Well, what are the blue one that we shown just before this?
Yes,
That was an AP.
Oh,
No, it
okay.
wasn't. No, it
So
wasn't.
You're learning too, like Mike is learning. By the way, that's impressive. You just seem
so
a
it's
faster
not-
learner.
Archie, can you pull up the golden ellipse again for Mike? He doesn't remember it.
Sure.
Can you describe the golden ratio for everybody so Mike understands why this watch is quote unquote perfect in terms of Patek Philippe's view?
Okay, I like this watch a lot.
So does Donald Trump.
So the golden ratio, what they say is that if the height and the width follow a ratio, it makes for beautiful things.
Yes.
So this watch, the golden ellipse and the reverso, are both based design-wise on the golden ratio.
Yes, they are.
Mike, knowing that and that intricacy in terms of design, would you prefer this one or would you prefer the pilot's watch?
I prefer this one. The pilot's watch is
And that's
just
why, Archie, I should be a salesman at Patek Philippe Boutique.
Yes,
I'd be
'cause you
selling
can
golden
sell
ellipses
these.
off the floor, right?
Yes, that's probably yes. And
Mikey,
he
just
hasn't even he
to
hasn't
add to
even asked.
Mikey's learning. Can I add to Mikey's learning, Mikey? In
yes.
mathematics, two quantities are in a golden ratio if their ratio is the same as the ratio of their sum to the larger of two quantities. Expressed through algebra, for quantities A and B, with A is bigger than B and bigger than 0, where the Greek letter phi denotes the golden ratio. It is fraction A plus B toward A is equal to fraction A times B equals fraction phi I. Okay? Got it?
Yeah. I've
Good.
seen
There's
pictures,
going to be a quiz at the end of the
diagrams
show.
of the
Yeah,
golden
we will ask
ratio.
you after. Can you bring another super chat?
Sure, here we go. JB, CB, $10. JJ, you have a great collection, but you have a great collection, but you are a bit of a horologist. You have too many short-term relationships. Just my opinion.
Fair.
Horologist.
Fair enough. I think I'm still a young man in this watch game, and I'm sowing my oats. I got to see what I like and test out the goods.
Sowing your oats. That was from Coming to America. I remember that.
Yeah. I got to sow my oats.
Swinging kangaroo, $2. Bear, is that the Breguet that I was talking about?
Yes, my friend. Yes, absolutely. Go for it. Remarkable piece.
Which one? You talking about?
The one you own.
Oh.
This one's for you, Archie.
Swing it. I'll hook you up with a good deal. Message me.
AC3, who is the biggest Brisbane Gumtree lowballer in the Archie verse? Fella or Paul Pluter? Have to be that Paul Pluter guy. He's a bit strange.
I told Fella, like, you're like his uncle. And like Bear said, you just don't like him because you see so much of yourself in him.
Exactly.
That's it. That's exactly it. We got Yankee Doodle, $2. Can I get everyone's opinion on the VC 82172 or the 5227G? Yankee Doodle, get the Patek. He's already got a patrimony.
I actually
patrimony.
like that patrimony much more
Show
with
it.
the small seconds, and it has like a little bit thicker bezel. It actually looks more luxurious. Looks more. It's a much nicer aesthetically than Patek, which is just a simple watch that looks like
82172.
It looks like fuck me dead, like a bambino fucking thing.
Oh, look, I think the question's interesting because it wouldn't be a natural competitor to the 5227. It's more of a competitor to the 6119 or the 5196, the manual wine, small sub-seconds. Look, I love this watch.
Me too.
I hate this watch, Bear. I really want to hate this watch, but like
you can't.
Like, honestly,
beautiful watch. I really picked this one.
I would take the 5227 just because of the complication. It's a different. It's not the same competitor.
What? Just has a date?
Yeah, it has a date. This one doesn't. I just, like for me, I'm hard pressed to not like this watch with the 5196.
I love this.
I like the bezel on that. I like the lugs. I like everything on this watch.
I prefer the traditional to the Calatrava. Always have.
You know what, Tan? As much as I love it, I'd still go with a 5196.
Because you're a Patek man.
Even though it's flawed, the 5196 is very flawed. I'd still have to do it.
Hey, Arch, why don't you do a poll for this next super chat for Tanzil? It'll be easier.
Yes. Let's do that, man.
Hey, Arch, I got to cut out. I got a few things to do before I do my thing. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for coming on. Sunday Fun Day on your stream today?
Yep, 9 o'clock. I have it set up for.
See you, JJ.
All right. I'll
see you,
guys.
JJ.
Thanks for having me on. Later, guys.
Okay, we're going to do a poll for Tanzir's question here. Please, everybody participate. And we're going to see reversal or versus Monaco. Let's get the poll out there.
What does the panel think of this one? Reversal versus Monaco, non-circular watch.
Santos.
Oh, you want the
non-circular.
So you can vote for the poll and also drop your comments for Tanzil.
Non-circular for this one, Bear, not Santos. I know you like the Santos.
Oh, sorry. Reverso versus Monaco?
Right.
Oh, reverso, of course.
I'll
So
take the Monaco because GMT's got one.
I love the Monaco.
Archie, are you Monaco or Reverso?
Oh, reverso.
For me, it's Reverso because the Monaco just looks like shit on my
The
wrist.
only thing I
Yeah,
would say is
no.
better than the reverso is the 5111 tan.
Oh my god, the Mr. 2 watch.
Yeah, Mr. I wish I, you know what? I wish I could have that back
I
now.
wish.
Oh,
That would-
gondola,
Mr.
gondola.
Yeah, the gondola. The
Sorry?
one
I
Mr.
love
2.
gondola, by the way. I love gondola.
Honestly, I wish I could do the little clips he used to do where he'd throw things in the trash. I would throw this one in the toilet.
Okay, so the poll is up. Please answer the poll. And if you got some side comments for this question, best non-circular watch, Reverso versus Monaco, go ahead and drop your comments. But please participate in the poll. Next super chat.
No, that's a no-brainer.
Here we go. Next super chat. We got CB $5. JJ, like for real relationships, if you have too many partners, your chance of finding the love of your life diminishes greatly. JJ, this is philosophical.
But the
Like-
chance for increased fun increases significantly.
Yeah, unfortunately, JJ can't answer this. So who wants to step in for JJ? Bear? How
I
about
just
you?
did.
Oh, okay.
The chances for fun increase significantly.
Next super chat then.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I love you,
Mr.
man.
Sexy, $2. BEA, why don't you like Mr. Sexy?
Bear. I love.
Bear.
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022. And
We
this
love
was
you,
my fault.
Mr. GMT. We love you.
Of Mr. GMT.
We love sexy Mr. GMT.
And we also miss plastic.
Come and get it! 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 Mr. STD's Glory Hole. Monday, chlamydia, gonorrhea. Come and get it! You won't regret it. Tuesday, hepatitis, herpes. Mr. STD's Glory Hole.
There we go.
I didn't like that version when it came out. I don't like it even more now.
I don't exactly. Tanzil, $5. Shout out to Mr. Sexy for telling Powie he would stick a cabbage roll up his ass.
This was
All the
epic.
way till it popped out of his mouth.
This was epic from last night on the dungeon. Where just GMT just blows up. He's like, I'll stick a cabbage roll up your ass. It was just too good.
Fuck me dead. We were. I went to sleep last night at 4 a.m. I actually came back after Curly when you left. I came back talking with chatting with Narc about poker. Fuck me dead.
Oh, he'll chat about poker all night long. Gentlemen's hangout, Arch.
Gentlemen's hangout, $2. Circular watch versus circular logic. Please discuss. You know what? Circular logic is just madness. It's insanity.
Mikey, you typing?
Oh, fuck. Did I not mute myself?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Circular logic. I love circular watches. I hate the circular logic. And I'll just be back. I've got to sneak out to the toilet. I'll be back. An hour 43. That's not
You
bad,
sure?
Bear. It's
Yeah,
not too
it's
bad. I'll be back.
okay.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Circular logic.
I love circular watches. I despise circular logic.
Circular logic and circular watches are one and the same. You watch the second hand, goes all the way around, and you end up back in the same spot no matter what. Nothing ever gets answered. Time moves on.
Yeah.
Super chat for Mr. Tanzil and Zari.
AC3. What do you think? What do you think, Curly, on this question?
I'll tell you what, let's do this first, and then we'll come back to this question. Yankee Doodle, in Miami, all my dates were looking for a free meal. Fuck me dead. What do I look like? Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, but that's
I don't know
Miami, Yankee Doodle. That's money talks in Miami. It's like Vegas.
Well, how is that really different from anywhere else where you're dating, man? Would you expect girls to be paying for dinner? Come
It's
on,
funny.
Yankee
There,
Doodle.
I was at this club once in Miami, and we were in the VIP. And so my friends were trying to talk to all the girls in the VIP section, and literally every single one of them was a pro. Like, and they were just shocked. They couldn't believe it. They're like, "What are all these pros doing in the VIP?" I'm like, "Well, guys, put two and two together. Like, rich guys, you know, like, come on."
Yeah. I am. Let me finish something here really quick. I will run a banner on the bottom. Save, and let's run tonight's show is sponsored by Tanzil and Zari. Thank you, Tanzil. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the bear wasn't here, and Mike had to go. And
all right, we'll get back to Tanzil's question here. We'll wait on Archie. I'll see if any other super chats come up. We'll put them up. We'll come back to Tanzil's question. Obviously, AC3 will be the first one to ask. What do we got here? I'll read it. AC3. What is more likely to happen? JL to get Voulez-Vou's number, or Clyde to get his Lelik before the second coming of Christ?
So what do you think, Curly?
Well, unfortunately, hate to break it to you, Tanzil, but JL has Voulez-Vou's number and has had it for a while. But we'll get Archie's take on it.
I truly hope that you get your Lyrique soon. I really do.
I hope it's got a nice strap with good stitching. Let's get to we got that one already. Fuck me, Dad. What does it look like? Meals on Wheels. I don't know what. Well, I have to see what you look like to answer that question, Yankee.
What does it matter how he looks like, man? Did you ever have?
Well, it depends on what kind of meal they're looking for. Are they looking for McDonald's, or are they looking for Morton's
There's
Steakhouse?
always going to be a guy paying for the meal. That's inevitable. Guys get used to it.
Yeah.
That's life. What do you expect to? I mean, if you go out,
I expect equality nowadays. Damn it, we got to go Dutch on every meal. I don't care what the woman looks like.
Go Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch. Split the meal, Dutch. You know that's what it means, Dutch.
Really, you expect that from dating, to take a girl for the date and to split the bill?
Well, for me to go on a date while I'm married, yeah, I would have to. They'd have to split the bill.
Fuck me, Dad. When I was dating Bunny, I don't think from the day I met her to today, I don't know. I don't think she owns a wallet. Anyway, super chat from Tanzil Ansari.
Well, nowadays you get yelled at if you open a door for a woman. There's a 50-50 chance you may get yelled at or a nasty stare, because they tell you, I could open my own door, sir.
I see what you mean.
And that's when you slam it right. That's when you slam it right on the foot.
I open doors for women every chance I get, and I always get a thank you.
Would you always open a door for AC Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Would you be a guy in that relationship?
We got a specific question for you, Arch, from Tanzil Ansari, sponsor of tonight's show.
Yes, sir. What's the question?
It's right there in front of you.
AC3, what is more likely to happen? JL to get Voulez-Vou's number, or Clyde to get his Lelik before the second coming of Christ? Oh.
Answer the question.
We already know the answer, but it's okay.
I think JL, he might. What's more likely? I think he might get that number. He's pretty smooth.
There you go. You're right. You only got it.
And he's a double-digit millionaire.
Done and done.
Tanzil, $5. The Lyrique will be ready next week after FP Jean attends Narc's Pilates class and gathers all of his sweat to oil the finest movement in Geneva.
Tanzil, when are we going to start getting the ball busting about the gray strap with the ugly stitching?
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Tan, one question. Do you think Rich Buddy will get his FB Jean first, or will Clive get the?
He's never gonna get that.
No, I think both those guys are gonna be waiting till Judgment Day.
I would bet
Ooh.
money Lyric comes Lyric is coming. That episode.
Ooh, big money coming in, boys.
Here we go.
Ooh,
We got look at this.
Neo.
Look at this. Tanzil, $5. Who is a better debater, Powie against himself or Powie against GMT?
Curly, what do you think? This is for you.
I'd have to say it's tied.
I mean, Powell, when he debated against himself, against his own clips, was pretty funny.
And he lost the debate to the clip. Unbelievable.
Hey,
And we have,
listen,
let's see.
I've been known
David
to
N.
talk to,
You know, David N. He's the guy who owns the Patek 5396, isn't he, Tan?
Let's
Yeah.
hey Mike, you read this one, Mike. Dollar amount and everything. Go ahead.
David N. $5 Californian. Ice cream time, big boy. Yes.
I ate it last night. It's gone. It's gone.
That reminds me. I gotta
Yeah, that
check
re-
my
re-
ice cream stop. I'll be right back.
Okay, Mikey.
Neo, $50. Paul, I wish you and your family all the best. What the fike? Neo, $50. Paul, I wish you and your family all the best. It's been freaking fun. AC3 Army, I've been proud to serve and I will miss you all. Weed out the profiteers, JL and Watch Nicholas. They are best friends. I hereby renounce my citizenship from the Archieverse. Farewell. Wow. What? He's leaving. Bear!
He'll be back.
Well, I'd like. Can I put my 2 cents in, if you don't mind?
Please do.
Neo, we would love to have if you need to, we will have a private backstage stream that you could join. Myself and if I could speak for Bear and AC3, you're an important part of the Archieverse. You've been around a long time and supported them, and you could air out your differences in virtual face-to-face with the people that can make that decision. You know, give some valid points, and I would be more than happy to do whatever one of these two bosses of mine tell me to do. Unfortunately,
Your only
that's
boss
the
is
best.
Palve, and you know it.
Yeah, I know, but that's the best we could do, Neil. I am sorry that you feel that way. There's no reason we can't work it out. Give us some valid
Yeah.
points, and
Please,
believe
Neo,
me, I
stick
will
around.
search it as much as I can.
Mike the Snake wants you to stick around.
But you're not giving me reasons here other than your
Well,
statement,
JL just
Neil.
responded.
Sorry.
Curly, JL just responded afterwards.
Here we go.
JL.
JL, $8. I will sacrifice myself to keep Neo. Ooh,
Hey guys,
what's
I'll be
going on
back.
here?
I'll be back in a few minutes.
And we got Tanzil, $5. JL will end this attempt to start a relationship with GMT to save Neo.
All right, guys, I got to run.
You're fucking awesome, man.
I wasn't planning to be on the show tonight, but people weren't on, so I thought I'd come help out. But I'll leave you guys to it, and I'll see you guys in the dungeon.
You're
Thank you,
awesome,
Tanzil.
man. I love you. I love you very much, Tanzil.
Save Neo, guys, please. He's one of the best.
Neo's not going anywhere. Come on.
I wish there was but it's easier to talk than to spend $50 and make a statement, Neil. That's the way I feel. We could do it privately. We could do it out in the open.
For $50 and talk. How's that?
That's a smart way of looking at it too. No refunds for super chats, Bear, right?
Yeah. I don't understand what's the problem, to be honest with you, so I can't really comment. I did see a lot of complaints from Neo, but without actually explaining why. So I can't make a call. I cannot even give my opinion at all. Basically, it is kind of like this: JL and Watch Nicholas have to go. I don't know why. I just, especially JL. Watch Nicholas is a viewer, really, and JL is actually a very important part of Dungeon from the perspective of being an admin, working, supporting, helping out. And I have not seen one negative thing about this guy since I know him.
Well, I could give you a firsthand summary of what JL means to me. Okay, not only does he spend, he's first of all, he's a full-time job. He has a full-time job, and it's not an easy job. It's a very high-stress job. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Second of all, he takes care of his mother. Third of all, he's been nursing COVID, not only for himself, but his mother. And he's
Correct.
worked with us every single day.
Yes.
Not only do you see him as a panelist, but JL does a slew of admin stuff behind the scenes.
And then on the top of it, he actually fucking super chats.
And he's a great contributor financially. He does all the editing. He puts all the live streams behind the paywall. He structured the membership, of which we have almost 60. When we started, we had 3. Okay.
Yeah.
He pulls up all of the videos that we use on the streams.
I'll be honest with you. I would be genuinely sad. I get rid of Narc before I get rid. Get rid of JL.
I can't. Hey, listen, Neil. If that's what you want,
I'm joking.
But Neil, here, if that's what you want, here's what's going to happen. I won't work without JL because we don't have a replacement for JL.
No. JL is not
very quickly. I just grabbed the super chat. CB $10. Archie, if I send you 2 pics, front and rear of a Longines, will you pull them up? Sure. I will do that for you, CB. No problems at all. And we've also got our good friend Zeppi, $5. JL is the unsung hero. Big mistake to let him go.
Yeah, well, we're not going to let him go. Not for a $50 super chat, and not for Neo making just statements. Give me some proof.
Proof of what, man?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Whatever he's asking.
The guy is such a sweet and kind and nice and caring. Thank you, CB. Thank you, CB. By the way, next super chat from CB.
Okie dokie. Now, look at this here. CB, in honor of Bear, great lover of Longines. Now, this is actually my old
Longines that we supposed. What are we
my
supposed to
old
pull up?
boss was a huge Longines fan. He had the vintage. Actually, he's got probably the best Longines collection in the world. He's been featured on Hodinkee. Unfortunately, we're not friends anymore.
Oh yeah, I did say that, but he's got an amazing collection of vintage Longines, which is and some rare pieces. I remember that video. I did not know that's your boss.
Very rare.
Here's what Jake
Let's have
Curly Sirocco did the membership. Please give credit where credit is due. Yes, he did start the membership. That's like I said, we had 3 when we began.
That is correct. That's I remember the night when Sirocco started that. Oh wow! Look at that, guys.
Here we go. This here, they were sold by U.S. importer to Japan Air Force, later used by the kamikaze. Have a look at
I
this.
wonder if Ron the Shrink has one.
And let's have a look at the back. He wanted me to show you the back. Now, the interesting thing is of this, it's actually got, I don't know Asian. I'm not an expert in the writing, but this here you can clearly see it's Chinese or Japanese writing.
Mm-hmm.
Have a look at the back of
the
this
crown. The
baby
crown
here.
is interesting. Talk about an onion crown. Yeah, that's Japanese. It's not Chinese.
I think you're right, Curly.
Oh.
What an interesting piece, huh? Truly
Yes.
interesting piece.
Yes. And actually my old boss there, he had a Longines that flew a plane from Germany to Japan undercover. And there was a
Covert
Longines
pilot.
watch.
Covert pilot.
Yeah,
huh?
Longines pocket. It was a pocket watch and a watch that was used to navigate. Fucking amazing shit. Fucking amazing shit.
There, CB actually translated for us.
It says Soldier of the Air, CB.
Wow.
$5. These
Isn't it
things are worth.
to own a piece like that survived something of that nature. That is wow. That is something.
It is absolutely incredible. Look, these watches here. The funny thing is, my old boss, he said these are rarer than 4-digit Daytonas. Much, much rarer than 4-digit Daytonas.
Can we see the front again, Arch, please?
Sure. I'll bring that up again for you guys here. Beautiful, beautiful. And these are like the Charles Lindbergh, okay? They weren't just used by the Japanese. These were originally the Lindbergh watches.
Wow.
And we've got a question here. Chocolate Wookie $2.
So what is this? This is a single photograph. What is this date?
What was the name of your old boss? His name was Andy, but I don't really want to go further into that. Andy. CB $5. The second crown is to 0 the second so that it can synchronize for the mission. Holy shit.
I see. Interesting. What's the size of this piece? You actually, do you know, or
they're monsters? Because they're designed to be worn over a flying suit. See?
Oh wow! Yeah. I hear you, brother.
Yeah, there we go. Got the CB, and so it's yeah.
This one's for you, Bear.
Bear, Neo is serious. Curly, not helpful to say it's easier to talk instead of $50 super chat. Maybe you two should have reached out to Neo to hear what he's been complaining about instead of going on about how important JL is.
AD never calling, $20. I've been asking him to come on the dungeon. He could come after, at the end of the stream and come in the back room and chat all week.
Then second super chat.
And unfortunately, Patrick, what he decided to do is tell everybody in the chat to boycott Archie's other channel. So
the AD never calling says JL is important, but you guys just fucked up with Neo. Okay. If we, I mean, you know how I feel about Neo. Okay, I know Neo much longer than JL, and I've been friend with Neo, and I respect Neo. But if we jump on every person that feels that someone should be fired or someone should be eliminated from Archieverse, it would just not be a good sign to give to people who are putting such a dedication to actually help Archie run 2 channels. I am just going to say that. And again, how can we help a person who just keeps demanding for JL to be gone without any explanation, without any justification? Reach out. He can reach out to me. He has reached out to me in the past numerous times. And he can reach out again if he feels that this is so important. That's my comment on this.
Thank you, Bear. Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, it's sad to see Neo and people leaving. Guys, we love you. Don't. You're welcome to come back anytime. Okay. What do you think, Bear? Neo's been a great guy.
I say that every time, and he's still a great guy to me. I love Neo. We have a lot in common. He knows exactly how to reach me. He reached me in the past, and he has not reached me once. So what do you want me to do?
Neil has come on the dungeon every single night since we started. He was a great supporter of the dungeon. I would give him every opportunity to. I have really no idea. I've known Watch Nicholas since he had 230 supporters, so I have no idea what he's done. I don't know if this has something to do with Fat Windbag Ben. Fat Windbag Ben is back on the dungeon. He's got his wrench back.
And I do want to comment that Fat Windbag Big Ben has actually reached to me. Again, he just sends who needs to go, not why they need to go. There's zero explanation, zero justification. They simply just demand certain people to be gone.
Exactly.
And I don't understand why. I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat. All I see JL do is contribute to really nice work being done on Dungeon. A lot of help administering things, allowing Curly to have free hands to have a fun. There's a great combination, in my opinion, between JL, Narc, and Curly. They work really well together. Cousin Angelic as well. Shot. And I'm not gonna fucking support any commotion disturbing this kind of guys having their thing, who actually, on the top of everything, are not exclusive. They are inclusive. They invite people to join them and talk and have fun, express their opinions. Nobody has been kicked out from the opportunity to say their piece on Dungeon.
And again, I'll just say it again, Neo and anybody else, if you have communications with Bear, we could have a private stream. You could be on the panel with whoever else you want to invite, and we could do it in private or we could do it in open. It doesn't matter. I hash things out, panelist to panelist. I'm not going to say man to man because we're virtual. I have no problem at all hearing any side of any kind of debate. So I can't make a judgment call by you just demanding things. And that's about it. That's Bear. I mean, I think that's more than fair. He could reach out to you, and we could actually start a private stream where it's only the people on the panelist and people on the panel that could hash it out. And JL would have no problem being on the panel with you, Neil, and with Bear and whoever else has a complaint. Patrick, anybody. We're here to solve problems, not create them.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
So let's see. Let's go through some. Let's look.
How are you been, Bear? Bear, how are you been, Bear?
I'm doing good, Arch. Thank you for asking. Everything is well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am working busy right now, to be honest.
Yes.
During the day, it's a lot of activity, a lot of business, hotel, banquets, conferences, rooms,
Do you see
restaurants.
recession? Any signs of recession, Bear?
I do see signs of recession from the perspective that everything costs more.
Yes.
That's for sure.
But recession means recession should be slow down in business.
Well, it takes time for that, but the first sign is that things jump out of ordinary cost-wise, and everything costs more. That's all I'm going to say. Energy costs, labor costs, product costs. Everything is getting to a point that you have to really increase your cost, and then it's a domino effect.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a middle class recession, Arch. I don't think it's affecting people with money as that hard at all, like most recessions.
I would say we are in a high inflation. That's what we're experiencing. But signs of recession starts with inflation. So there is a sign of recession, Arch.
Yes.
Yep. Maybe the beginning of a recession. A deep recession, yeah. That's right. I always judge if a recession's really bad or not by the amount of construction I see going around. So far, it seems to be just stable. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not booming. It's just steady. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's getting more and more expensive by the day for shipping cost and fuel cost and materials cost. So little by little, it's starting to slow down. It's staying just steady. That's it. It's not booming, and it was booming 2 years ago.
I wanna respond to Patrick, who says Neo is an OG and deserves to be heard. I'm sure it's easy to work out. He's been giving every opportunity to be heard, literally, and still is every opportunity to be heard. 100% deserves the right, but if he doesn't choose to be heard, like if he expects that OG status puts you in a position to just say, get rid of this person, and Archie goes, okay, that's not going to happen. It never did, and it never will. It doesn't work like that.
So, Arch, you don't think you would ever entertain the fact of having a bespoke watch made exactly how you wanted it because there's no return on value, or what do you make that call on, Arch?
I think the truth is the type of quality and the watch that I would want would be far above my pay grade.
Well, what if you could afford it? What if you, I mean, you've been collecting watches for a long time. You had that journey where you had the Patek high horology. I mean, what happens? It seems like somebody that reaches that point seems to want something more than the big manufacturers, you know?
You know, I kind of like I got to tell you, I don't know what to say, but in my case, I love the Rolex. Like, they're very much mass produced, you know, they're not custom.
I mean, actually, what am I talking about? You've had bespoke watches made, haven't you? Fishy Pussy?
Yes, that's exactly it there. Exactly it. We got a super chat from JL Bear.
Yep.
I have JL $50. I have 50. Okie dokie. JL $50. I have super chatted. Watch Nicholas, Tim, Lord, Crappy, Marcelo, etc. I support everyone. My allegiance is with Arch. He gets 90% of my dollars and 100% of my time. Arch has provided me much entertainment, and I help him how I can. Neo, I respect you and don't want you to leave because of me.
Oh, I start to see the possibility why there is a problem. He probably, my guess would be that he supercharted Tim, and Neo seen that and pissed him off. Hey, listen, that's not the reason to get rid of anyone. If we go by that logic, holy shit, there's quite a few people that do that kind of thing. It's their money. I don't personally like to see that because I don't want to see any money going to grifter. But hey, that's that. If that's the reason, I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, I've super chatted Watch Nick. I've super chatted Tim, Lord, Crappie, Marcelo, Green Room, Mr. Smelly.
Sometimes you do that because you want your point to put your point across through as well. I mean, I don't watch most of these channels, so I don't even know. So that's my answer. Super chat from Patrick.
Patrick Philippe, we love you so much there. Tanzil is an OG and a savior lately. Don't let him go.
Tanzil
100%.
comes and goes as he pleases.
Seems
He's a free
fit.
man.
We never tell anybody how to spend their money. They are free to spend their money however they like. Air King Ben is somebody who supports me from time to time. He supports Tim. He supports other people. Well, you know, that's their choices. We can't tell. You can't never tell another man how to spend his money.
And super chat from Tanzil Ansari.
Here we go. Tanzil, $50. Neo is one of the guys who supported me when I first started streaming with AC3. Great guy, and would be a sad day if he left. JL was doing a good job on the dungeon with the crew. AC3 worked this out.
Hard to work it out when you don't have any information.
That's a fair point, Bear. Yes. Yes. Look, sometimes people just need a bit of a break. I tell you, Bear, you know, I spoke to Sirocco. You know Sirocco?
Yes.
And he said not to tell Curly this, right? But he said Curly is fucking amazing on the dungeon.
Yeah, I know.
He said, you know, he's really taken it to the next level. And
yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. This is a growing thing. And look, I like to try and have as little involvement in the management of these things. I don't like to get, because the problem is both sides can be right, and I end up alienating people, and I don't like that. You know, I'm trying to get over this fucking robbery, man. I'll tell you the truth. I'm trying to get over this, and it's not always hard. It's not always easy. It's not always fucking. Let me tell you that, Bear. It's not always.
As long as I've been following ArchieLuxury, it's never been easy. It's always been hard.
Oh, but it's especially hard, Bear. Jokes aside, come on.
It's just the different levels of hard.
Well, this is Bear. Come on, you must admit this is.
I know. Terrible. I'm trying to fucking tease you a little bit. I know, Archie.
You must admit. I mean, what's happened to me is fucking horrendous, Bear. Horrendous.
Factus facti, from the Latin to be fucked.
And you know, Bear, I was quite comfortable before this robbery. Things were
yes
going from strength to strength, and
honestly, this robbery really fucked us. You especially, obviously. It was such a good run. You had a really good run. Everything was going right. And it was a shock to the system, but I think you're out of it. I think.
Hey, you crawled. Hey, Arch, you crawled out of the hole. You've been positive with the help of Tanzil and Bear. You've had a phenomenal 7 days. There's no reason to have negativity pull you back down. I could say this: Sirocco and Dodger are welcome with open arms. We've sent emails back out offering the admin keys. They, as far as I know, both have not responded. So if the email's out there, they're more than welcome to use the dungeon as they wish. We just have to share.
You have been continuously actually looking. Besides them, you're looking for other people to
help out.
Take that responsibility. And I honestly don't see a problem. I don't see a problem.
No, there is no problem. There's
CB, $10. We don't tell people how to spend their money, but donate money now.
Thank you, CB.
Yes. Very true, CB. You are the man who sees things very clearly. It's a very clear understanding of the picture. Yeah,
and Tanzil has a message.
Some kind of drama.
Tanzil has a message for CB. Hope you caught the part of the show where we went over your watch earlier. Hope you did too, CB. Tanzil put another comment in there to remind us which one it is, and we could go over it again if CB wasn't here. CB, let us know if you did. Oh, no, he did not. He was eating dinner.
Well, I wonder what CB had for dinner.
Lobster. Let's have a look there. Lobster?
Yeah, for sure. It's always something. I always picture it in a very expensive setting, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't ice cream.
Maybe ice cream at the end, that's not out of question.
Tanzil, can you put in the comment which watch that was? And I think he's got it. And we'll look it back up while since CB is here
Yeah,
now.
I'm just calling it up. Actually, I'm just trying to find that watch. Actually, here we go.
Oh, the MB&F. Okay.
They asked the question, Bear. The
Thank you,
question was
Tanzil.
asked: would you, if you were an MB&F person, would you buy this this much cheaper watch? So it was designed by MB&F, but it's a lot cheaper because it's about $3,000. It's sold as kind of a special gift to their VIP customers. It's got a Miyota movement, so it's a lot cheaper. It's not made by them, but it's designed by them. Would you buy this if you're an MBF person? And I said I love this watch because you can give this as gifts. You can sort of enjoy the brand. It's sort of like a teaser. What do you?
If CB PayPals me the equal amount that he donated to you, Archibald, I'm gonna say the same thing. I would love to buy this watch as well, and I would cherish it, and it's amazing. But being that I did not get that money, but you did, Archibald, I'm gonna say I haven't lost my mind, and I would never fucking buy that watch.
I love. Personally, I love the MB&F clocks and toys. You know those things they make. They're so expensive. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you like them, or how do you feel about them?
The real MB&F?
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Those toys. You know those toys.
Yeah,
they make?
it's, the problem is it's way out of my price range.
It's way 100%.
And if it's a gift, then they should gift it to me. Then they should not be charging me $3,000. They put Miyota.
Here, CB $10. Archie, I told you I would not talk about Mad, but pull up the pictures of the real one I had. So this is the one he's got.
Let me see.
And I'm just going to find the other one. He sent me a few pictures.
Thank you, CB.
Thank you, CB.
Now, I got to tell you, Bear, I don't hate this watch. I think it's an interesting concept to bring something out like this as a teaser. It's a cool thing. Look at this, Bear. What do you think? What do you think? He's got the red one. CB's got the red one. Very interesting sort of watch. We got to thank Tan. Tan has been an absolute legend in today's stream. Absolutely amazing.
You're showing me Mad. This is the same fucking shit.
Sorry?
What watch you showing me right now?
Oh, this is the Mad. This is what we're saying. We were just saying.
He just asked you in your super chat to show the real one that he has.
This is the real one he's got.
The real MB&F.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, what do I think? I just told you what I fucking think.
Okay. Let me call it up. Sorry. Just give me a minute. I got to find it on my PC. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Okay, here we go, Bear. This is the piece of a la resistance, Bear. Have a look at this. You've never been into this shit, Bear?
I just answered that question that I love it.
There we go. That's his MB&F top corner, Bear. Look at this.
No, fuck. Okay, yeah.
So let's just
course.
zoom in a bit. I'll have a look here.
Fucking gorgeous. Yes, please.
Look at that. What do you think?
I think it's remarkable. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's what am I going to say? I mean,
what's the pecking order with Urwork and MB&F? What's better of the
MB&F?
MB&F is far better.
Yeah.
You know the Urworks?
Yeah.
They're expensive as well.
I think MB&F is just Just a toy for rich boys.
MBNF, yes.
Yeah. This is absolutely beautiful.
How
Absolutely
rich
beautiful.
are we talking, Bear?
Private
Decca?
jet. Private jet.
Are we talking JJ rich, or are we talking?
Oh, more than JJ. More than JJ. That's a legacy. That's a legacy, right? That's a gorgeous watch.
Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. You must admit that it is
Yeah,
absolutely.
so that's why I can't tell you I love fucking Mad if I love this. There's a significant.
Well, it's a different
fucking-
price point, but Bear, it's like I like
I
the
don't
roll.
really care about just the price point. I'm talking. To me, that's like saying I don't know. At least make it attractive. Like Moon Swatch is actually attractive. That Mad thing is fucking stupid.
Okay. Bear, tell me this. We're getting ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
My theme was, what do you tell your wife you want? And I was trying to say there's a lot of things you can get which don't cost a fortune.
Yes.
Now, I got to tell you, the big thing is with watches, everybody is sure, I want a Platona. And look, to be honest with you, unfortunately, many of us aren't in a position to just buy whatever we want.
Right.
So what I'm going to say is, instead of buying whatever you want, there's a lot of stuff which is real. Let me show you a couple things. Now, this is my study before burglary, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to call this up here. Now, what I'm going to say to you is, by the way, you notice this box here? That's where the fishy pussies were stolen from, Bear.
I see.
Let's have a look over here. What about some beautiful Rolex books? Wouldn't that be a great gift? Amazon, just search Rolex and get some beautiful books.
Yeah, you can do that. You can get watch roll. You can get the.
Oh, you're a wealthy man, right?
No, not at all.
If someone gave you some Rolex books, what would you say?
I would be very thankful, appreciative. I would enjoy it, and people did it, and I saved them. I enjoyed them. It's a wonderful gift. Truly.
Okay. The other
Truly
thing you
wonderful
could
gift.
get is, what about if someone gave you some catalogs? Would that do anything? Like, these are catalogs here.
Yeah, I would appreciate things like that.
That
as
doesn't
well.
cost you. You can get those from the AD. I mean,
it's often the thought that counts, and if you do a gesture to person collecting watches, something that's in relation to the watches, that's really wonderful, and it's there are opportunities for that left and right, and they don't cost a lot of money.
yes. So there you go. There's a lot of gifts that you can get there. By the way, with these watches themselves, there, you don't have to just get a Platona. There's many things you can get, which are, by the way, Bear, let me show you this. Do you see my Doctor Who Talus?
Oh, CB says he doesn't care what I say. CB, that's not very nice. I am kind of hurt right now. Super chat from Tanzil, by the way.
Tanzil, $5. Curly wants more crooked. Higgins watch stitching on Ulrich telling Clyde that his watch will be ready tomorrow after Santa Claus elves finish it.
Curly? Curly?
What's more crooked, Curly, for you to answer?
I'll have to stick to critiquing Higgins' straps. I don't.
Yeah, that was well done, Curly.
I
Well
don't
done.
have a lot to do with Clyde's
By
liquor
the way,
watch.
I love that strap on the Benjamin's watch. But you were not critiquing that one. You were critiquing the other one, if I'm correct. The black one, right?
I was critiquing the stitching on both of them. I just don't like the stitching. The gray one
The
was.
best one was when you were comparing stitching on those straps to the roast.
Yeah, that's what when you tie a rump roast, you use that twine, wax
Yeah,
twine.
that wire, that sort of stringy stuff. The stringy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
You're a
what it looks
legend.
like.
You're a legend.
Just
Curly.
crude. It's very crude.
Super chat from CB.
CB, $5. Here we go. Bear, read the all sentence. I don't care what you say about the mad.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Yes, true. Absolutely true. Thank you, CB.
Thank you, CB. I got to tell you,
Bring
Bear.
that picture back, man.
Oh, the
CB's
mad
picture.
Which one?
The CB's fucking picture. Those watches, the FP Jones and the Legacy Machine, and bring that. That's when we did the attempted to do a fair. Attempted to do a fair review. My God, look at that fucking thing. Look at that.
If you could have one, what would you take, Bear?
FP Jones, man.
FP Jones.
Yeah.
There's two. There's two FP Jones.
Whichever he's willing to hand me as a gift.
Wow.
FP Jones is such a remarkable brand, man.
Which are the two genres? The top right and top
No,
left?
the two bottom.
Oh, the two bottoms. Okay.
Two bottom next to the clown.
Those are absolutely gorgeous. The top left one is interesting, but
that's the MBNF. The top left one, that's the MBNF.
Oh, I can see the wishbone. The wishbone that holds the balance wheel up high. Now that we talk about that, but it looks like it's a chronograph or something. It looks like it's got a bunch of complications underneath.
By the way, Dr. Shrink Wrong. Not necessarily. I would say that it has to be the resonance that I would take. I love them both. As a matter of fact, even though resonance is obviously more money, I think it doesn't necessarily play as a factor in this case. They're both beautiful. I really love them both. And I would love that watch. I would be saying either actually give me any of these. I gotta be honest, I'm really not crazy about the Chaiken as a watch. I respect horology on it, but the aesthetics, the idea is not for me. It's not something I would actually wear. But
Here
any
we go.
of these
Tanzil saying $5 CB. I really dig the constant Chaiken piece. Was it hard to get it from Russia to the US dealer net? Well, CB's had this years before the flare up. So I believe he had businesses in Ukraine and Russia, CB, being the industrialist that he is. So he got that watch years ago.
Can we ask CB if he has to keep only one of these watches? Only one. And he has to give away others. Which watch would he keep and why? Fuck, I'd love to know that.
Answered Tanzil. I picked it up in Moscow. Far out.
Wow, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear which one would he keep, and I really don't want it to be some kind of emotional attachment, but rather attributes of the watch. So let's forget emotional attachments, gift from this or memory of this or bullshit of that nature. Just simply, I would keep this one because, and then attributes of the watch. Please, CB. It doesn't have to be super chat. You already super chatted a lot. If we can hear that from you, it would be quite interesting to us.
I know which one I would pick.
That somehow doesn't have the same weight as what CB would pick.
Oh, of course not. No.
But which one, Mikey? Which one?
The one in the bottom center.
Bottom center, FP Jones.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of asymmetrical watches, but this watch really does it for me. And the one on the left is FP Journe as well, right?
Yeah, resonance.
But I don't like it as much as the one in the center. The one in the center, I like the power reserve. I like the second hands off to the side of the watch. It's very easily legible. I don't know what that is. The complication is at the top left, but it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking cool looking watch.
They're all cool, Bear. What do you think?
That's what I would grab out of this bunch.
Yeah, they're all cool. They're all cool.
The Joker one, I would never wear.
CB $5. The FP Jean with the Remator in the center. And I will send a picture of the backside to Arch. Thank you.
So he basically picks what Mikey picks and what I picked.
The center one. Jeez.
Yeah.
How do I pronounce that, Bear?
Remontar.
Remontar. There we go. That's the French, Bear.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised. I thought he would have picked the first one, the MBNF. I think that's the
that
MBNF.
would be my second. That would be my third choice after I go with FP Jones. But FP Jones are
yeah, for the value, right?
It's kind of a small watch, actually.
Which was the last one. Holy shit! He just took a photo of it there.
And it actually wears small as well. But it's still an amazing feat of engineering the way they.
He's sending you a picture of which one, Archie? The bottom row, middle?
Yeah, the bottom center. The
that watch
FP Jean.
That watch is gorgeous.
I'm bringing it up now, guys. Just give me a moment. Here we go. Have a look at this, Bear.
Ooh,
nice. It's a hand winder. I love it.
I might have to change my pick.
I love that.
I would stare at that for hours.
Yeah.
I wonder, does the top roll first one, the MBNF, does that have a transparent back on it? I would have to see that. That's beautiful.
Yes, it does. Yes.
What is it? What is this dial here with the numbers? What is that? What is that a function with the pointer? Oh wow!
I think it's seconds.
Yeah, it looks like second hands on the back as well. But I think it has the second hands on the front as well, right?
Here we go. Tanzil, $5. Curly, what's the best watch to wear when you drop the narc from the dungeon after he's muted everyone and posted vids over his shitty gym Wi-Fi?
G-Shock in the mud edition, G-Shock. Yeah, you need that.
There you go.
Takes a good pounding.
Man, this watch, this is one of the most beautiful movements I've laid eyes on.
Here we go. CB, $5. The Optimum is the one that FP Jean made for himself and does not wear small. It's 40 mils.
Which one was the Optimum out of those 6?
That's the one in the middle.
That's the one that he picked.
Oh,
40 millimeters? Oh, even better.
Yeah.
This watch just fucking just does it for me, man.
Do you know that movement is made in gold, Curly?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
That's just beautiful. I mean,
yeah,
and that second complication on the back is super cool.
Oh, this one here. CB says $5. The second in the back is a dead bit second, which is not easy for a mechanical watch.
It's basically second hand that acts as a quartz, but it's basically has that movement like a quartz second hand. But ultimately, it's achieved through mechanical thing. Through it's a exceptionally difficult complication to achieve.
Wow! So it's super accurate second hand.
Yep.
No, it doesn't really. It doesn't really.
It is super accurate, 100% super accurate, because it's actually at the point. Mike is right.
Dead bit second hand. Never heard of that before.
That's all rose gold too, huh? Bear?
Yeah. Gold.
Can I change my pick then? I'm going to change my pick to this watch now that I see the back of it.
Yeah.
The bad thing is
a watch that it's so easy to fall in love with.
You wear this watch all day, and then when you go home, you got to set aside a half an hour just to stare at the back of it when you take it off.
It's
Beautiful.
just like
And
my art. It's
and
like
as
my
Ron the
artwork.
Shrink, as Ron the Shrink says, it's not just a beautiful watch and artistry and great stuff. It's also good investment, by the way.
Yeah. Hans in the chat says it's a true baller watch, and I have to agree.
I don't even know what this
actually-
means, but I'm going to post it so you guys could talk about it. Deadbeat. It's hackable second. I don't know what that means.
Hackable. It's more than hackable. It's hackable. You
Like
know
a true beat. Rolex calls that true beat, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
True beat.
Man,
It's a beautiful watch. It's a beautiful. I don't even. I think it's beyond baller, man. It's
yeah.
baller
It's
watch is
off-
baller watch is a gold Rolex. This is a bit more than that.
That's off the hook.
Yeah.
That one. Although, you know, a watch I keep mentioning, the Glashütte original Pano Inverse. When you look at it front and back, it is just as gussied up. It's not in gold, but it has all of the same Côte de Genève lines and all of the fancy schmancy work done to it. And it's an amazing watch in its own right, but it doesn't compare to this. Not by any means. Just
And fancy schmancy being the highest level of horology, right?
yes, of course.
Wow.
Is this the other FP Jorn?
Look at that.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Look at that.
Dueling balance wheels. How cool is that?
My goodness gracious.
Amazing, isn't it, Bear?
Yeah, my God, that's amazing. Honestly, thank you. By the way,
Wow, both of those are amazing. I still like the other one, but this
Tanzil,
one
$5.
is so
AC3,
cool.
you used to do a topic video. Which wristwatches are dogs? Name 3 modern wristwatches that you consider dogs. Ooh, dogs with fleas, Bear. What do you think? Hello, Bear.
yeah. What's up?
3 watches that are dogs.
Go ahead.
Dogs. Look, I would have to say dogs, man. Dogs. Whew, dogs, Bear. I'm in a positive mood today, Bear. It's hard for me to get talking about dogs, but I would have to say.
I want to read you this, Curly, just as you're watching that. That I was looking for that. The balance wheel receives a regular timed impulse that increases its amplitude and the resonance frequency of the watch. The resonance frequency describes the natural frequency at which an object vibrates most naturally. And Archie, can you explain why did they do this? Do you actually know? I'm not putting you on the spot. I know you prefer to talk about, but with the epiphone resonance, what did they actually do here? What did they?
Well, that's basically it's 2 watches in itself, isn't it?
I think what happens is it's got 2 balance wheels. If one starts moving faster than the other,
correct,
the other will catch up to, or the one will slow down or speed up, and they find a happy resonance between them to where they're both running in equality.
Actually, you can hear the sound. Let's have a look at this.
Jean
No, you hear it. You hear it towards the end. You could hear it.
Jean solved the resonance question technically by building 2 balances very close together on the same main plate.
Yes.
The caliber 1499 is equipped with a separate gear trace. But since the vibration has to travel through the whole main plate, the energy transfer is so low that the resonance effect is very minimal. It therefore takes 10 minutes before the balance wheels move in phase. The movements must also be adjusted to within 5 seconds of each other every day to ensure the balances oscillate optimally.
So you have to adjust it every day.
They do it itself. You know what he's talking about here? If
It's
I'll give you-
basically self-regulating. That's what David.
yeah, I'll give you a
85
prime
said.
example of it. If you have two tuning forks, you know, like musicians use, piano people, like,
Sure.
and you hit them and you ring them. The closer you put them together, the noise goes away because the frequency is canceling each other out. But since these things are mounted to a plate, it takes a little bit longer.
Yes, but my point, that going back to my original point was that if one is moving slower than the other, that it's through resonance, it's going to force the other to eventually match the other one.
It just takes time because the frequency's got to transfer through the plate that they're mounted on. That's all.
Yes, yeah, because they're both driven by probably one power source.
Archie Super Chat.
Here we go. Three dogs. Let me give you some dogs there. Citizen, Seiko, and
Nah, he's not asking brands. He's asking specific watches.
Specific watches.
Value for money. He's the sponsor of tonight's show. He's
value for the money. Which watches are dogs? Let me say this to you, Bear.
Here's another super chat that actually helps you.
CB?
CB, $5.
No, Tanzil.
So 1 minute. I gotta get this. CB, $5. Arch. AC3. You used to do it. Oh, which is CB, $5. Arch. Pull up the back of the resonance. Okay, for 15 seconds, it gets the volume. Okay, we did that. I didn't hear it. Tanzil, $5. It's an easy one to answer. 3 modern watches that are dogs. The Lalique Etude one.
Higgins Remperos watch.
15202. Thank you, Tan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think anything from Bell and Ross, pretty much.
You like Bell and Ross, Bear?
Did we get
No,
CBs?
I do not like Bell and Ross.
I just
Did we get?
they're
How about
ugly as shit.
CBs? CBs. Did we get CBs?
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
we
We
did.
played,
Okay.
that, we played that video.
Yeah, we got
played
that.
All right, we got that. We got Tanzils. Okay.
And I'll go out on a limb and say that the Tudor Black Bay what is 58? Is that what they call it? The new Black Bay?
Yes, 58. It's a smaller one, 39
Yeah.
one.
So
I don't like that. That's a dog in my book. Fake rivets on the bracelet, and
Well,
I know
they do that on
everybody
the
loves
41. They do that on the 41 as well. The faux rivets, faux rivets.
So I think a Tanzil's not an AP fan, other than 2 watches in the lineup.
I completely lose interest in regular watches when I see stuff like this at Pigeon.
Oh man,
yes,
you and me both, man. It's like
I black out and I don't hear Mike talk at all. I don't hear and any of that. It's almost like a zen. If I actually have that watch, Mike could talk to me 24 hours a day and I would not be affected.
It's like the frequency of the balance wheels fucking drown out Mike.
Yeah, that resonance thing actually works on muting Mike, muting him.
Almost.
Almost.
It's kind of like looking at Toyotas and then looking at Tanzil's Lamborghini.
Yes, that's a good analogy there. The Lamborghini man at the mostest.
Would he be the greatest watchmaker by far, in your opinion, Archibald?
Who's that? FB Jean?
Yeah.
Well, that Roger Smith. Remember Roger Smith? He was apparently pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah, Roger Smith from the new generation rejected.
Personally, I'd take Frank Muller. Anyone who did that with the hookers and
of them, right?
Hookers and Coke. Frank Muller.
Yeah, I really think he is remarkable.
Frank Muller?
No, you know who I'm talking.
Tanzil, $10. ArchieLuxury used to work as a watch dealer. A grizzly bear, Clooney, walks into your store in the Brisbane arcade. Give him your 30-second elevator pitch to sell him a Speedmeister 3861. Bear, this thing is below retail. It's a bargain. This here is everything you need, Bear, for your collection. Grab it, Bear. Grab it.
How much discount?
15%, Bear.
Are you disrespecting me now, Archie? 15% is for the noobs walking from the street. What the fuck?
15% is for 5% for noobs, 10% for purists, and 15% for Bear.
Are you telling me I'm special, Archie?
You're very special, Bear.
What's so cool about that watch anyway? It's
Bear,
a
that
fucking
watch is
speed.
special because it's the Speedmeister. It's the greatest Speedmaster, and you can shave with it. It's very beautiful watch, Bear.
Very good job, Pontiff. I love you, Pontiff.
Beautiful.
Pack it up.
I love
Pack it up. Here is the credit card.
Bear,
Pontiff.
he didn't offer you a drink. He didn't offer you any ice cream or anything as a, greeting you.
As a matter of
nothing.
fact, before
right
the
to the
racing
sale,
part,
right to the sale. Jeez.
Hey,
before the shaving part, everything he said is exactly how my AD talks to me. That's exactly, honest to God, you got it, Archie. You can tell you know what you're doing.
I'm sold. I mean, if I could shave with it, dual purpose. I mean,
What
it's
more
almost
do
like
you need?
it's like a Swiss Army knife.
Exactly, Bear. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch there, Bear.
All right, wait a minute, Arch. Wait. I won't put in a super chat. I'm just going to ask you. Sell me a Seiko white birch. Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko white birch.
I got it
Well,
for
you-
you, Curly. This
you
is
like
you.
it?
It goes firstly, Curly. This watch goes with your dog. It's got the best polishing. It's got everything for you that you would need. Curly, I've priced it especially to help you today, Curly.
What about the
25
what is it called?
25% off.
Maraschino?
20.
The maraschino
Mikey,
polishing?
you have a reindeers in the garage
Shih-Tzu.
or something? That sounds like a fucking reindeers or something. What
It's
the
a
fuck? is going on?
Shih-Tzu.
No,
Shih-Tzu
I'll
polishing,
take blame
man.
for that, Archie. My wife is running the dogs back and forth in the living room. That's my
Okay,
fault.
okay, reindeer.
That's a Tanzil, $10. Archie Luxury Confessions of a Watch Dealer. Curly rolls into your shop after a hard day work battling Irishmen on the north side of Chicago. Sell him the rump roast watch, 30 seconds elevator pitch. Curly, this is for you. It'll make your life easier. Now, Curly, grab it.
Point out the nice stitching
Wait a
on
minute,
that
wait a minute.
roast trump.
Best stitching, Bear. Look at that.
I talked to my friend Bear. You gave him a 15% discount. You're offering me not even 5%, not even a newbie discount.
Different watch. That's the watches that aren't wanted. Yours is in demand. You can't even get it. People queuing up out the front.
Mm. Do you have any in-store ice cream, Archie, that you could offer
Hey,
me?
we could give you a drink, orange juice or Coke.
I don't want either one. I would like some gingerbread and caramel ice cream.
Right, yes.
That
We'll
sounds
get it
really
for
good.
you. We'll get it for you. Take a seat, sir.
Awesome.
You know the hardest watch to sell, Bear? Mido. What do you think of
Mido.
Mido? What do you think of Mido?
Oh fuck! I would never buy that watch ever.
I mean, that's like a mediocre watch, isn't it? Really?
It's nowhere. It's like you don't know what the fuck. It's so poorly positioned.
What's
it doesn't
Borman
know
Mercer?
what it
What's
is.
Borman Mercer?
Same thing as Mido. It's again very poorly positioned. Doesn't know what it
Ebel?
is. Ooh, that's even worse. Oh my god, that's so bad, Archibald. That is
How about
bad.
Bear if we start a watch store selling Midos, Ebels, Borman Merciers, Gerard Perregay?
I know Gerard Perregay is a cool watch.
Okay, Universal Geneve.
Yeah, modern Universal Geneva. Eh?
What do you think, hey?
We're fucked.
Tanzil, $5. AC3, give us a story of a tough customer that you were able to sell a piece, but you thought you weren't going to make the sale. Let me just tell you, retail is so damn hard.
Were you getting commission, Archie?
Yeah, the commission is you either sell stuff or you get the sack.
That's a
You
great
understand?
motivation.
It was fair. I got to tell you, so fucking hard.
I believe you, Archie. I
It's
believe you.
so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's so you.
So you.
Very, very tough, Bear. Very tough. Very.
Is there a
Okay.
middle watch you actually like, Archie?
They have the multi. What is it? The multi. What the fuck is it? You know that? What's it called? They had some decent. Look, they were a mid-tier brand, weren't they? Mido. What was Mido?
Where do you put them, Archie? Where, honestly, like, where do you? What's your opinion? Where do they belong?
It's not one of the 3 dog brands.
Yeah,
There's a lot of dog brands, but
Yeah.
look, I think Mido. Fuck, you know what I mean? Well, what would you prefer, Bear? Mido or Frederick Constantine?
Mido. At least he doesn't pretend to be something it's not.
Archie,
yes.
let me ask you something. I'm curious. What would you do between customers when you worked at this retail watch shop?
No, I can tell you exactly. For the rules in the store, number 1, this is what the boss said to us. If I walk by the shop and any of you are sitting down, you're fired.
Just for sitting down.
You're not allowed to sit down.
This was before HR departments, probably.
I'm gonna tell you, there is a Mido I wouldn't mind.
Clean the windows. Clean the windows. The windows need cleaning. There is always something to do. You stand out the front, clean the windows, and try and engage the customers in conversation.
Yeah,
you are always selling. You are always selling.
Ocean Star is their good seller lately.
William Money, $5. Mido is around Hamilton level. It's a bit, and it's more expensive, but
more expensive. I'll take a Hamilton over Mido, by the way.
It's fucking toxic. Fucking toxic sludge.
What do you think
it's
about
luxury antimatter? Can I say that?
What do you think about Kamikaze Ron's statement here?
GP is not a dog at all. Some of the Laureate, I always hated them. You know that.
I agree with Ron the Shrink. I don't perceive GP as a dog at all.
Is GP a luxury brand, but?
Yes.
They got that world time. They've got a very attractive world time.
Their Laureato, I actually like a lot.
We all love Laureato here. Yeah, Mikey loves Laureato. Ron the Shrink loves it. I love it. A lot of people love it, actually.
I love these because
Are you doing a
TPG
dungeon
loved
today,
them.
Curly?
No, I thought you were. We were going to keep the tradition of linking your show to Gentleman's Hangout. Sunday with Fun Day.
I was just checking with.
And then what he will do is he will link us for an after show.
He's not pretending like he was checking, but he forgot.
Oh, that's okay. We're here to remind you.
Ron,
and then what JJ will do after his Sunday Fun Day, he will link over to the dungeon, and we will run a short dungeon show tonight.
No
when you're telling me though, did they have is the Ocean Star new line in Mido, or did they have that at the time?
No. We had the fucking worst ones you could ever fucking imagine, Bear. They were fucking hell. Unsellable shit.
What watch were you wearing while you were working in that store?
I wore my Patek. I didn't have that many then, Bear. I didn't have heaps of watches.
No, I don't ask that. So the answer is easy. Which watch were you wearing?
The Patek, Bear, white gold, 5107.
Fuck me, Dad. He's selling me those wearing Patek. Only Pontiff can do that. What a fucking champ.
Yes, believe me, it wasn't.
I love it.
I tried it, Bear, but you know what? The important thing is, before you go into something, you should always try the business first. You don't want to just go and do it. You've got to be sensible. Like, at least I realized how fucking hard retail is, Bear.
Yeah.
Before we read that super chat, I think Hawkeye makes a good point.
Here we go. Hawkeye, the depreciation of GPs is monumental. Yes, that's.
Yeah.
Rick Vasava, $5, California. Next time you guys are in a circle jerk, you will see how resonance works. After a short time, you will all be jerking at the same frequency.
That's a good point.
Ron mentions that Gerard Perregaux makes some very complex tourbillons.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
So, I mean, if they're making a high quality, real live tourbillons, then that puts them up there in the luxury range for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Arch, you mind if I make a little bit of an announcement here for the dungeon?
Sure,
Can I?
please do.
I just
please
wanted
do.
to tell everybody in the Archie Luxury live stream chat, we will be doing a private live stream, hopefully before New Year's, for all of the dungeon members that bought a membership.
Excellent.
And that will be, if you think the regular dungeon is off the hook, wait till you see what we have planned for you guys. We will announce a date.
Cool.
And we also created a separate email for the dungeon. So if you guys want to contribute pictures, short videos, comments,
Archie, are you
suggestions.
okay to drop the horology off the dungeon to eliminate the word horology?
Whatever you guys want. What do you want, Curly?
No, that's fine. Yeah, that was suggested. That we created an email and we just put dungeon on there and the Gmail email address.
Can you delete the horology on it, because it can be confusing for people?
I think there may be a few other dungeons though.
Ah, that's a good point.
Good point.
In fact, I know there is. There's
Okay,
one that's-
then, guys, put some thought what you want to replace horology with.
Yeah, JL will look it up. We'll
Good point, Mikey.
The
Thank you,
dungeon.
man.
It'll be either the dungeon, but
S&M. There's an S&M dungeon that I ran across when I typed in just straight dungeon. Dungeon is already used up, played out.
we'll pass that on to JL. Whatever JL decides, that's what we will. Our email just says dungeon. It's a Gmail address, and we'll post it periodically on the screen when we run a dungeon stream. And that's what that email is for. It's for anybody in the Archieverse to contribute. Any suggestions, picks, whatever, anything you guys want to send us that you want to see on a dungeon show, we'd be more than happy to put it up. You got a super chat, Arch.
Hey, super chat. Thank you so much, guy. KC Aquatics, $15. Wishing everyone a safe and enjoyable holiday this coming Christmas break. Thank you, KC Aquatics. I'd actually love to have some BMW car talk. Curly,
Yes, sir.
would it be okay if I get a car segment going on the dungeon?
Of course, we talk about anything and everything. KC
Okay.
Aquatics has been on the dungeon before. Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, I love a bit of car talk
We
there.
have a super chat from Hoff on Smash. Bear dropped
Hop on
off.
Smash, $5. Confessions of a Watch Dealer is an amazing series. Absolute AC3 must listen. Collector pays more than dealer. That's it. Thank you, Hoff on Smash.
And Hoff on Smash, our well wishes go out to you. We hope you get better. Hope you're feeling better.
We love our Hoff.
What's up with Hoff?
I think he came down with COVID, and also JL's mom. We wish JL's mom a speedy recovery from COVID. JL's doing very well after he's dealt with COVID. It is affects individuals differently. Every individual gets affected differently, so it's no joke. So we wish Hoff, JL's mom, a speedy recovery.
I was scared to death today. I took my mother to the casino where there's just a million smoking people and just people everywhere in close contact. I wore my mask, but I was still scared to death in there.
Yeah, I found me and my wife have not had to deal with COVID, but what we do a lot is we just keep track of what we touch and we keep our hands clean, and that's helped a lot. So
I wash my hands all the time. And, I'm always reaching for those hand sanitizers. Anytime I walk into a store and I see it there, I just give myself a couple squirts and, do this number and
and then while you are out in public, just don't touch your mouth.
It's the hardest thing is, Curly, is to touch you. You keep touching your face.
Yeah.
You know that?
It's hard to keep track of your hands. It is. Yeah. You know what I do? I put something in my hands, whether it's a pen or a notebook or something, or car keys. I just keep something in one hand and I keep transfer it back and forth just to remind myself to clean my hands and not touch my face.
Guys, I'm going to wrap this baby up. guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for
Archie.
coming.
Thank you for having me on, Arch.
You just stay on a bit, Mike. I want to have a chat to you.
So you linked to JJ's Gentleman's Hangout?
Link to JJ. See you tomorrow, guys.
All
We
right.
love
See you guys. See you, Mike. See you, Arch.
See you guys
Thank
later.
you.